whatever.
Okay, I fixed it. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, stream could only hear you guys for a split second there.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're here. It's streaming, and that is that.
Are we really streaming though?
No, we're not, because I don't want to know that we are, because it's gonna make me anxious. So we're not actually streaming. I'm just talking to you guys right now. Not ever actually talking to anyone online. Yes,
Amazing.
definitely not.
Can we get some F's in the chat for the unexistent stream?
Yeah, audience members who aren't there, put an F in the chat. Anyways, I don't even know what to say anymore. I've kind of lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Generally, I guess, you know, the audio, I've tried to balance it as best I could for stream. If there's an issue, you can let me know later at the break or something. But more or less, anyone who's actually watching, I'm not going to be interacting with the stream too much, because this is a D&D game, and we're here for the D&Ds, so deal with it. Yeah. So I'm Danny, the DM. Yours truly. We have Tony, if you'd like to introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, I'm Tony. I play Mai.
Who is a half-elf.
Half-elf fighter.
Yeah, female half-elf fighter. Then we have Rachel. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I play Bridget Stan. I think that's how I wanted to pronounce it. And she is a dragonborn warlock.
Nice. Then we have Will.
Hello, I'm Will. I play Draco Naval, a black dragonborn rogue.
Awesome. And then we have John.
Howdy everybody, I'm John, and I play Reyna Rin Steelblast, who is a kobold artificer, and she is the shortest.
Yes. And she is a she, so he's also, John is playing a female as well, so very cool, very swift.
I'll see if I can pull off the voice.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's D&D, dude. Nah, I don't think anyone's gonna be too harsh on you. But yeah, so let me pull up my notes. Last time we played D&D, just for anyone who actually is watching this, we've been on hiatus for like 2.5 months, I think it was. So it's been a while. But
Felt like so much longer.
yeah, it felt like a year, honestly.
Felt like 6 months.
But it's only been like not even 3 months yet, so maybe it has been 3. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't really been keeping track, but yeah, it's been a while. That's all I'm really trying to say now. So, but yeah, I'll try to give a rerun of what happened last time, more or less. Real quick, all of our previous games are actually uploaded on YouTube, on the Gamer Affair YouTube channel. I don't have a link for it off the top of my head or in chat, so y'all just look it up, or if John wants to go find it and post a link. Actually, well, you're a moderator, you should be able to post a link in chat, so if you want, you can do that. Other than that, yeah, so I'll just give into our recap. So last time we played D&D. Our adventurers had just arrived into a new country called Ustin, I think it was Ustin. And they fast-tracked, basically trying to rush their way up to a city called Everhelm. Everhelm being a kind of a quasi political meeting place. A place where it's like a neutral grounds for many nations and factions and whatnot to meet under one roof, essentially, to try and have negotiations, make arrangements and settle differences. Upon arriving into town, they had met Ren, or I could even say this too, like, on their way to town, they met Bridget, who was in a wreck of a skyship. They brought her with them up to Everhelm, where they quickly made reservations at an inn. And Theosius, one of the player characters, who currently Dallin, the guy who had to play Theosius, had to leave, and so he won't be with us in the campaign anymore. But his character had ran off to go for some previously made arrangements and meet some people, while the other players made reservations at an inn and met Ren, played by John, the kobold, female kobold.
Hey, don't forget Jeffrey the wait, no, it was Gerald the robot dragon as well.
Yes, Ren has a robot dragon. Well, I mean, it's like a mecha. It's like a tiny little like mechanism shaped like a dragon that flies around and can do things. So very cool, very slick. His name is Gerald. Upon meeting Ren, Draco and Ren talked a little bit and learned of a faction of Dragonborn in the town known as the Platinum Dragons. Wanting to meet and wanting to discover more, they ran off, leaving Amai in her room to go and kind of sightsee a little bit and to see if they can look around and meet more of these Platinum Dragon members. Let's see here. Eventually, making their way to the Loft District, where there was currently a festival going on, celebrating, kind of like there was an annual day for all the nations to like be meeting in it one another and just mingling, not necessarily meant for major negotiations, but more or less like a social between all the nations that were attending. And so Ren, Draco, and Bridget had found themselves in the Loft District enjoying festivities when they had noticed a strange man in a dark robe and white gloves, who they know as a member of the Shadow Legion, quickly scrawling arcane runes and sigils on the side of the palace, where many nations were even then having discussions and sort of negotiations, just mainly, socializing. Draco, first to act, took down a suspicious member of this white gloved group known as the Shadow Legion, keeping him pinned and demanding to know what was going on. The man responded with what is deserved, almost in perfect sync with the runes activating, creating a vortex of wind and energy as everything within 50 feet of the runes was sucked into its center with a loud crack like thunder. And everyone and everything in range was gone, as well as with half of this palace wall here, and anyone caught within range on the inside of the wall. That's kind of what happened last time. So, to start the actual play, we're going to start with Amai. Change the music.
Hello?
Hello, hello, hello. So, Amai, you just got into your room. Things are quiet and calm. As you sit on your bed in the, not darkness, but dim light from the window, you begin to feel really drowsy. You feel yourself kind of just... It's definitely not natural for you to feel like this. But you begin to kind of sway back and forth a little bit. You almost feel like you were drugged, but there's real no way you could have been. It's not like you've done anything like that in the last, 8 hours or so you've been with your friends. Exactly. So your eyes are unbearably heavy. You see a face, a familiar face. This is the face of Prince Vandalore. I'll post that picture in the game media share chat if you want a refresher what he looks like. You are a troubled young mortal with blood staining your life. As he says this to you, you hear his words echo in your ears, and you see your hands as you're looking down at them, blood pouring from your hands onto the ground like an endless waterfall. It's non-stopping, essentially. It doesn't really bother you, almost like a leaf blowing in the wind. It's nothing to pay much heed to. Then, within an instant, you stand in the cold winter forest. It's dark, or I should say a cold winter forest. It's dark with bright moonlight. So I guess not that dark, but it's night is what I'm trying to say. It's night with a bright moonlight shining and reflecting off the snow. You see your mother, a beautiful young blonde woman, tall and slender. She's very pregnant with you, presumably, and your father, who looks mostly the same, except he walks with less visible pain. They stand at the snowy gates to your rightful homeland, your father's village. Your father seems to be pleading with someone you do not recognize. It's definitely a scene, one that you're obviously never been privy to before. In Elven,
I'm guessing this is right before my birth.
it's definitely before. How long before? You're not sure, but it's probably pretty soon, considering how pregnant your mom is. So, yeah. An elven man who is badly burned on his left neck, reaching up to his left cheek, steps forward suddenly with blades drawn, and he shouts at your father to get rid of his human horror, and then he will be welcomed back home. Your mother is very distraught. Your father, you've actually never seen such emotion on your father's face before. This is the first time you've seen really almost any emotion on his face. Is there anything you'd want to do?
I guess I just sit there and watch.
Okay. You watch as your father, obviously offended, just backs up and takes your mother by her hand, and they turn around and they just walk away into the snowy night. The vision fades, and you hear in your mind, "I can tell you want more, Amai. I can see your true desires.
I do.
You need you need to avenge your mother's death, who was wrongfully taken from you. You are left in a void of darkness and silence. Nothing, you can't see anything. It's almost as if you can't even tell if your eyes are open. Like, it just feels, it's such pitch blackness, and you're just kind of like floating there. It feels like 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by. At this point, it feels like hours have gone by. They're just sitting there in nothing. You now see a new vision. It seems almost like a memory as you see through your own eyes as a child, maybe 2 or 3 years old. You sit on the floor playing with wooden trinkets like blocks in a makeshift wooden horse. Your mother is sitting at the dining table, drinking some kind of warm drink, maybe tea. You can see she had been crying. She stands up and grabs you, saying it was time for bed. You protest. But eventually she takes you to your bedroom, your nursery. And she's laying you down. And you just see your mother smile. Calming, reassuring. Something you haven't seen in really, really long time. As you lay there looking at the ceiling, you can kind of feel yourself falling asleep, even in the memory. It's like bits kind of start to fade. She sits by your side when you hear glass shatter in another room. She stands up, she picks you up, and she runs to the closet, opens a floorboard, and tells you to stay there as she closes the floorboard on top of you. The vision fades as you remember that is the last time you ever saw your mother. What will you do? What can I count you to do for this vengeance you seek, Amai? Suddenly, you see another little girl. This one is not yourself, but rather a young, blonde human, probably 6 or 5. You see this child walking through the streets of Everhelm. Not alone per se, but in different instances, you see her with her family, you see her with friends, you see her doing events. It's almost as if you're seeing a collage or a montage of this person's daily activities in Everhelm. Would you take this young life in my name?
I would.
Prove it to me. When suddenly, as he says that, you are in a place that you do not recognize. You hear a loud explosion, people scream, and you hear a little girl crying as you see this girl in front of you, the one that was in just kind of a vision. Do it then. This little girl has no one around her. Oh, there's hundreds of people around her. There's lots of people running, but it's in like a chaos right now. What do you do?
You said it's chaos going on?
Yeah, so essentially imagine a disaster of sorts, like something just happened, an explosion. You're kind of like out of it, like you weren't really present for this event. You were like in a dream sequence, or like it's almost as if he puppeted your body to this location and like left you dreaming in your mind until this moment. But this little girl is crying. She's looking around for her mom as she yells for her mom.
I mean, if Naval told me to kill her, I guess I'll kill her. Yeah, I'll walk up behind her, making sure she doesn't see me, so I guess I'll go like a little bit around to go behind her, and while standing behind her, I'll just stick one of my blades in her back.
Okay. And that is where we will pause on Amai and come back to the group. So, let's see here. Change the music. Probably to that one. So, with the awe of what had just transpired, Draco, you begin to feel a slight breeze. For the first time since being here in Everhelm, in this snowy winterland, the city has been guarded by this magical bubble that kept it warm and safe from the weather outside. You see a flurry of snow. The magic bubble does not appear to be there any longer. You hear bells gonging in the distance. Boom, boom. Draco, make a dexterity saving throw for me. Good. You dodge a swift kick to the head, letting go of your quarry. Let me see here. Yeah, letting go of your quarry that you had, grappled, as another man from the same, another Shadow Legion member who had snuck up behind you to do this to you, but you had dodged it. The two men yell at each other. One man shouts to come now, we gotta leave. We have the arcane well. We need to leave or be killed with them. As they kind of mix in with the crowd. Everyone starts shouting. There's chaos everywhere. And you see men and women fleeing every direction. You see a man shoved and falls suddenly, trampled by fleeing crowds. Bridget, you hear a child crying in the distance, yelling something in a language you don't understand. Please make a perception check for me. Four.
Did it work?
Yeah, it did work. Yeah. I see it. 4.
It showed it rolling twice on mine. One was 19, one was 4.
I only see 4.
The first time I pressed it, it had like a pop-up saying that it wasn't gonna work, so I was confused. So I rolled again.
Yeah, that happened to me.
All right, we'll take the 19 then.
Are you guys signed in to
what?
Or
Not currently, but
Oh, you're on Roll20.
No, we're not. We're just doing
D&D Beyond.
We're just using Theater of the Mind right now.
Yeah, using D&D Beyond.
Yeah, on D&D Beyond is what we're doing. Let's see here. So 19. You hear the child crying, and you push through the crowds, kind of looking around for this child. Right as you see the child, you see Amai stab the child through the back, as you see the life leave the child's body. And Amai's eyes pure black, and veins of darkness coming from her face down her neck.
That's terrifying.
The chaos eventually subsides in the near vicinity, but you hear an explosion and chaos around the town. As a group, you see each other. What do you guys do?
Did I see where the white gloves went?
They just vanished in the crowd. It would see that they went. You can try to make a perception check, but they kind of all went different directions.
Would it be with like disadvantage or no?
Yeah, it'd probably be disadvantage.
Okay, that's fair. 13.
13. You don't see. There's tons of footprints everywhere, and there's really not a lot of people who look dissimilar to them because there's a lot of people wearing black cloaks, but really defining feature is the white gloves, so you just weren't able to follow them.
Alright.
Right now, yeah, you go ahead and fish.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Right now, Ren seems to be having somewhat of it's something between an epiphany and an extreme panic attack. She's more or less like everything is in chaos, and she seems like really nervous. But at the same time, you see her she has like a notepad out and is already like writing a bunch of stuff down as she keeps glancing up at like all the explosions. I'd like to more. I mean, is there any better time than the present? She says she keeps writing faster.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really seem like the time, Ren.
Okay, well, you do what you want. I know what I'm doing.
Manage your priorities.
Find your happy place.
Daniel, I would like to. Is there any way I can kind of ascertain from the general type of? Oh, dang, I'm getting an echo. Is there anything that I can like do to ascertain the type of magic this is, or like the explosion, something like that, from like my immediate knowledge of the arcane and its workings?
So I remember last time that you did roll to try and ascertain the magic, and it was, I believe, like graviturgy or whatever it was. Basically, it was gravity magic.
All right. So, all right. Thank you. Okay, that's it. That's what.
Yeah.
So it seems like she's doing like she seems to be doing like several calculations, trying to figure out exactly how much force this thing would have needed. It's like, okay, well, it seems that they imploded gravity in on itself in the center of the. None of you are listening, are you?
No.
Not really.
All right, well, fuck you.
Did we also see Amai, or was it only Bridget that saw Amai?
Well, you see Amai now, but the only person who saw what Amai did was Bridget. And Amai doesn't look super evil anymore. Like, her eyes are back to normal. There's no like veins of blackness, you know.
There's a dead.
But there's a dead girl.
Evil.
There's a dead girl right there. That girl is still there.
Black.
Oh my god, what happened to the child?
The child's not the only dead person here, though. There's plenty of people who fell over and got trampled by the fleeing crowds. There's probably like 10 people who are like either unconscious or just dead.
Awesome.
I think we should probably get out of here before someone shows up and thinks we had anything to do with this.
You, as funny as you say that, you see a man in golden armor walk from a side street. I'll post a picture real quick of what this man looks like. He walks from a side street and walks past. He sees you, walks past you, and walks to the front, towards where the explosion or whatever happened at the palace. Behind him, though, following, are 5 other guards that look like this. And by guards, I don't mean you've seen these people around the town. I just mean that they are obviously people there as like purpose, I guess. They look like that. And then another person in between all of the guards looks like this. I just clicked the wrong app. Great. Close that. Get out of here. Looks like this.
So, quick question. So these aren't like the official city guard forms, but they're definitely.
No, you would definitely know. These none of the. You've never seen any of these people in your life.
So they're basically there's some people that are here. They have some interest here. Obviously, they're carrying themselves with authority, but they definitely aren't anyone official.
Yeah, definitely. They're all walking towards the break in the palace as they kind of line up around the hole in the palace. The gold one stands in front and begins to speak. Let me find where I have that written down. He speaks this as his words ring. It echoes. Hold on, I have this written down somewhere too. I don't want to make sure I repeat it. Oh, okay. Basically, as he begins to speak, it is really loud, like unnaturally loud. Like it echoes off the sides of the mountain. And he says this: "This day, on the 147th rising of Dolsan, with 488 winters, and in the 7th age, let it be known now and henceforth, the dread Emperor, rightful heir to Kolmar, and his righteousness, the Valkyr of rights, has brought judgment upon you, Everhelm, and found you unworthy. You can flee, but your stain will be cleansed through the holy blaze of Drenal." The man in gold, after speaking this word that echoed across the entire city without a doubt, walks off, and the drow, that is the third picture I sent you guys. The second picture, they're obviously blood elves, and the third one is a drow. He looks to you, Draco, points his scythe at you. "I've been told by Mr. High Elf himself that you have something of mine. Give it back, and I'll let you die quickly." He obviously waiting for some kind of response.
From who?
Draco.
You guys all see kind of Draco just kind of starstruck and staring at him.
Dang, what a great time to meet and be starstruck by your idol. No.
This is not the time to test me, boy. I need...
And right as he's talking, I throw my knife at him.
Okay, roll an attack. With, I'll say with an advantage.
Oh, we're committing crimes today.
We're committing crimes today.
Yeah, right. And it's like, oh, that's what's happening. Okay.
Right as I throw, I turn it off and I start taking off.
You run? Okay.
Yeah.
Leave.
All right. So,
How that works.
let's see here. So your knife misses, and you take off running. Nice. Okay, so everyone roll initiative.
All right.
Where?
Should be middle of the page.
Oh yeah. 6.
Oh,
Let's
there.
go.
Hey, I got 5.
Nice. Well, you're gonna have a head start, so it's not like it's not like you're totally out of there, or not like you're totally
word?
fucked, you know. I did not see anything, no.
Ah.
There we go, I see now.
There it is.
Okay. It said 8.
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
It
that
says
not
8
what
here
it
too.
said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amai, you can also roll initiative. $15. Nice, okay. Oh my gosh, I think I have to use my real dice. Because now that we're
Real
not
dice are
using...
bomb.
Okay, hold
I have
on.
way too many.
Okay. Write this down. Then it was 8 for Bridget. 6, 5. All right, Amai, you have the first initiative. If the group's goal is to flee, then I won't necessarily bring up a map on Owlbear, but if you guys want to stand and fight, then I will.
Are we leaving?
Yeah,
you know Bryn is running.
Draco
Yeah,
has
I'm not
already
gonna-
ran. He's already basically
Yeah.
on his way out.
Yeah, we're
See where Draco's going?
I'm gonna assume back towards the inn or like the Platinum Dragons.
Back towards the Platinum Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just follow Draco.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's the most important person in the party.
At least someone recognizes that.
Yes.
Well, Theosis isn't here, or Theosis.
Fair.
All right, so you guys begin. So you run, following Draco. Then the bad guys begin to chase. Let's see. How should we do this?
run faster.
Yeah, there you go. Obviously. Let's see.
While we're running, I'm gonna like be trying to duck in and out through
Okay.
like alleyways. just,
Right.
Trying to lose them.
Sure. We'll make this a group challenge. What's it called? A group challenge thing?
We did before.
Yeah.
Those group ability
Rat
check
maze.
things.
Ability check, yeah, group ability check. Or challenge check, what do you want to call it? Basically, you guys on each of your guys' turns will have to make use any skill you want. You just have to justify it to me how it's useful in this situation, and then you have to achieve a certain amount of successes before a certain amount of failures. We'll say you guys need 5. We'll say you need 5 successes before 3 failures.
Oh shit.
Alrighty.
Since
That
Amai
sounds fun.
Since Amai is technically starting the round, I'll actually ask you to make whatever check you'd like to try to help us, you guys achieve escaping these bad guys. What's that?
Acrobatics?
Sure. Yeah, you can like jump off, do parkour, and jump around buildings if you would like. So yeah, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check. 21. That's pretty good. So you basically just blitz away from where Draco's running. Like, you don't go the opposite direction, but you go like a different route, and you're jumping on buildings, but you're going the same direction. It's very good. So that's 1 success. I'll write that down. Check mark. X1 for check mark. Good. All right. Next, we have the bad guys. They don't really do anything when it's the party ability check, so they're just advancing always. Next would be Bridget. What are you doing?
I don't really understand.
So,
What is it?
Your whole party is trying to flee away from these bad guys. They're trying to catch you. You
Right.
can use any ability you'd like that someone else already hasn't used, to try and help the party escape.
I mean, I understand that, but like, what? So like, if I just want to do like athletics to make me run faster,
Yeah, that could be one
I
for
can
sure.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this says 12. I don't know if it's gonna show up.
Yep,
though.
it showed up.
It
Yep.
did.
Okay.
That I'll count that as a success. It's not a super big failure. It's not like it wasn't like very hard to do, so that's another success. Next is going to be Ren. As you're running
Alright.
past gates and whatnot, you know, you're kind of shoving through crowds as well. Bridget could have been helping with that with athletics. So,
All right. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to try and use my sleight of. I'd like to use my thieves' tool proficiency skill, if that's possible. So I was trying to
you can try to convince me, like in what way, what situation are you imagining?
Okay, so we are in like a crowd. There's a bunch of like stuff all day, right?
Yep.
And more. So what I'm thinking, all right, I can run up, pick a lock on like one door. We can run through the house. I lock the door behind. We run out, and kind of spread out to get everyone confused as to where we are.
Okay, I can see that. I'm gonna tell you right now, before you make the roll, the DC for this to be a success is gonna be higher. But if you do succeed, it's definitely gonna be, you know, I'll say it can contribute 2. It'll contribute 2 points to your success if you win. If you do it.
Okay.
Come on. High roll, go.
Okay. It's no. I'm just gonna roll my sleight of hand because it's the same modifier.
Okay. Oh, holy fuck, dude! Natural 20 with a +6. God damn, son. Keep it calm, like damn. Okay, so that is now 2 more successes as you very depthly pick a lock and jump through it, and several people follow behind you, and you guys all kind of just disperse out different windows and or doors, egresses from the building, and are all on different sides of like different alleyways and different roads. So 2 successes. You guys are now 4 successes, 0 failures. You guys are looking good.
Question.
Yes.
My homunculus in combat acts on my initiative. I would assume that it's probably can't. Can it make a check too, or no?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, Draco, it is now your turn. What would you like to contribute?
Like I said before, I was just gonna try to be weaving out through alleyways, trying to lose them.
Okay.
So I was thinking stealth for that.
Sure. Yeah. Roll a stealth check. Dude, you guys are rolling good. 19. All right. So as you guys are weaving in and out of alleyways, you hear them, one of them at least, coming up down a road, and you grab Bridget as she was about to walk out and like be seen, and hold her back as they like run past you guys, and then you proceed. That is your 5 successes, and you guys successfully escape. That was, you guys blew that thing out of the water. It was great.
Yeah, oh my god.
All right. Very good, very good. So the town is still in chaos. You actually notice something, Amai, and probably Ren too. Since the bubble around the city is no longer, it's very cold. It's extremely cold. But you also notice giant, like way bigger than you've seen before, skyships above the city, and you see people rappelling down and or just jumping off and slow falling down to the ground. And you see groups of this army, the same outfit as the guards in that group of people that were chasing you, basically walking around and killing people on sight and or, you know, rounding them up essentially.
Guys, I think we leave.
It's,
What?
It's an invasion.
what makes you say that?
That's an army, and we don't live here.
That was sarcasm. I don't know if you know about it.
Does anyone know where Theosis is?
No,
No one
said
knows
had
where
a
he is.
contact, but he just
Knowing
took
him, he
off.
probably skipped town.
Yeah, true.
You didn't meet Theosis.
Yeah, you
worked with him
dickhead.
once or
No, I was
twice.
kidding. Yeah, actually, he has worked with him, so yeah, he does know him.
Oh. You know Theosis then?
I did a few. You know, he hired me to do some work for his museum once or twice. You know, you got to get people go get an artifact to show off. Kind of my thing.
Would you maybe know where Theosis would have went when he came to Everhelm, since you've been here in Everhelm?
I know him strictly on business.
Alright.
Daniel, real quick.
Yes.
Two things. The order that the Gold mentioned, have I heard of it, and do I recognize the design of these airships?
Are you proficient in religion?
Let's find out. No.
If anyone is proficient in religion, they can make a check for it.
Nope.
All right. Well, if no one is, then no one knows what the guy was really talking about.
They're just all sus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
I mean, there were blood elves. Maybe Coetza would know something, but for now, I'm assuming I'm assuming he's back at like the inn or something.
Oh, okay. That's what
All right.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going?
I think we should head for the Silver Dragons. Or the Platinum Dragons, excuse me.
I think we should just leave.
I think so too. Just we gotta try to keep a low profile and not get caught by these guys. Especially whoever their leader guy.
She looks to Draco. It's like she said you had something that was his. What was it?
I don't know specifically what he's talking about.
I mean, do you know him?
In a way.
Ooh, mysterious. You just gonna keep all acting aloof like that?
That's the plan.
All right. Well, you have fun with that.
Make I need the party to make a stealth check, or everyone to make a stealth check to try to sneak around as you're trying to get to the Platinum Dragons.
Stealth. 16, baby.
Nice.
Oh.
Uh,
Jeez. How could you do this to us, Rachel?
I don't even see. Oh, I do see it. Hold on. I was scrolled up too much. Okay. Okay. So 15, 16, 16, natural 1. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna count it as a critical failure because this is a group check per se, you know. So I'm just taking the average. So now, if you all rolled natural ones, that would be a doozy. But yeah, you guys aren't the stealthiest, but you should be able to manage mostly. So you guys just head directly for the Platinum Dragons, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys are
going inside. I'll be hiding outside.
okay. Sure.
Before we go in, like when we get there, I want to send out George to what is his name? I
That was Gerald.
It's Gerald. Okay.
You should
I'm
just
writing it down.
change
It's
it. You
Gerald.
should just change it
No,
every time
it's
you
Gerald.
mention it. Jeffrey, Gerald, George, Jim Bob.
Alright, we're gonna call George now for the next 10 minutes. G-Man is gonna go. Ren's gonna send the G-Man trademark out to quickly scout the immediate area stealthily to make sure we aren't gonna walk into the open or there isn't anything in through the windows that looks like suspicious.
Okay. So you send him inside or just looking in the windows?
Look in the windows.
Okay. So you can see through his eyes, yeah?
I believe. Actually, let me check. He's not a familiar, so he might have something different.
Okay.
He can relay information to me, I believe. So either way,
yeah, we'll go with that. So he goes up and looks through the windows, writes it down in a little notebook. No, just kidding. He flies over back to you, and through however that works, he relays the information to you that there are lots of Dragonborns running back and forth, carrying objects and paperwork, and things are happening crazy in there.
All right, but no one seems to be being modified yet.
No one is being murdered. Nothing is bad seems to be happening other than just lots of chaos.
All right, we're safe to go, and it's a little chaotic in there. If that's an understatement, but it's okay.
Do we see any of that?
I mean, yeah, if you walk up and you see through like any windows, yeah, you would see. I mean, you would probably see. I think last time I mentioned that there was like 50 Dragonborn, but at this point, I kind of want to say there's like 80 or like 85 Dragonborn in there, just running back and forth, like grabbing stuff, packing stuff. There's obviously a man in there who's like seems in charge, like he's organizing people, telling them do that, do this. They seem to be evacuating more or less.
Okay. Do we see cultists anywhere?
Who was that again? Can you remind me?
The white and gray Dragonborn that we met?
Was he one of the guys in the kitchen?
I don't think so. I think he was like one of the main people we met.
Oh, right. He was the guy that let you guys into the Lock District when you guys didn't have like the pass. Okay.
Yeah. Here, I can send a picture if you need it.
Yeah, please send it. I mean, it's been a while since we played last, so I kind of forgot a little bit of what was going on exactly. But for now, I'm gonna say for now you do not see this person.
Okay.
All right, so I bet. Did we have anything in there or any allies that other than the guy?
I mean, you're. I don't think you're part of the Platinum Dragons, but you're very much associated with them. So like, they know you. You're friends, basically.
Right, so I've got connections.
Yeah, like it's not like you're completely out of the loop or anything. Like you know these people. You talk with them like basically on a daily basis because you're. I believe in your backstory, you mentioned that you were trying basically more or less to try to convince them to help you.
All right.
But it was just always a harder task to get them to really commit to it.
All right. Well, I guess we should better go in there, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go. Who's the guy that's? We're all going in, right?
You know the guy in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go up, and I'm gonna just go up in there and kind of see him ordering people around, and she's just gonna be like very nervously like, sorry to bother you, but what in the actual nine hells is going on?
He doesn't actually hear you. He just kind of still is barking orders to people. Doesn't even see you because you're so small and out of the way.
I'm just gonna like
grab him.
I'm just gonna like tug. Oh,
Draco, do you grab him?
Tug on his clothes.
Okay, so Draco, you grab him?
Yeah.
Okay, Draco. So you grab this Dragonborn, turn him around, and you are starstruck once again for the second time in probably like this is the fastest between times you've ever been starstruck before. You see, for a moment, you see your father. But then you realize something. He's not your father. but he is a black dragonborn with a scar that goes across his left eye down to his chin. But he looks extremely similar to your father, and he's like, "Can I help you?"
Ren like waves down from below.
We're busy here. What's going on? What do you need?
What the fuck is going on?
Well, more or less, there's essentially the Dread Emperor, the leader of the Blood Elves in it'd be the Western Blood Elves. They are invading Everhelm, so we need to evacuate. And they also seem to be in league with the Shadow Legion. So GTFO, let's get the fuck out of here.
Peachy.
Yeah. I'm taking our group. We're not taking the sky ship. That'd be suicide. We need to sneak out.
All right. I might be able to. All right, Daniel. I need to ask you a question.
Yeah.
All right. Is it possible for me to build something that might help us, at least cause distract or help or enhance our ability to sneak out?
You want to build something that can help?
Yeah, I don't know what I can throw. Like what would be possible for me to throw together at this point in time.
You tell me if you have any ideas, and I'll let you know if it's possible.
All right. So my basic idea here is, I don't have the infusion for any of the stealth stuff, so I'm not. But my idea is, in theory, create something similar to, George, Jeffrey, Jim Bob.
Okay.
But very much more rudimentary without the intelligence, and I basically when I try and use it we can use it as something to more or less run around the streets and confuse the guards, so that way we can't, and the people run around and murder people so that people can get out in groups.
So you want to create a diversion, or you want to create something that can be used in a situation for a diversion if need be.
Yeah, if there's something, we might not be able to just have them run around, but we maybe have one with at least a few groups and just be like.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely make some simple contraptions. I wouldn't say they're gonna be really good, but they should come handy in specific situations. Basically, if there's one or two guards looking for people and they happen to get close to you guys, you can distract them and take them out or something like that.
I just realized I have magical tinkering that might actually. I can't create a more. It's not a super complex object, but I could probably combine it with what I want to do to give it voice lines and some sounds or make pictures, basically.
Okay.
So,
I mean, yeah, and in the moment, any spells or abilities you have, obviously you can take advantage of. If you want, you can spend time now to make some trinkets that will also come in handy. You can do that.
All right. So what sort of materials do I have access to in this area? If I'm tearing apart typewriters or anything, I don't care if I can tear it apart and use it.
I mean, it's not like you have boundaries, so you could basically just find whatever the fuck you need, as long as it's not super expensive.
Do typewriters exist?
No, they don't, but you can find other objects to work.
Okay. But I just see, Sue's gets fruition, she's basically just running around things you can find that isn't of great value that they would just want to take as a whole.
Hey,
So
Danny, I have a question. Really quick, I'm sorry.
What's up?
Is Koyatsu with us?
No, he's in the inn.
Okay. Then can I be doing that in the background then? Trying to get him?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Yes, I would like to.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and work on 3 things, and that's gonna be my what I'm gonna be spending time on before we just start getting out as fast as we can. Because, basically, I want to make I guess the idea is a little clockwork toy that runs around yelling noises that sound like threats or jeers at the the guards and stuff?
Sure. You can make a well, it's not like you have a ton of time, so you can make a tinkering check, right? I think that's how that works.
Yeah. Would I be making it with, so it'd be my tinker's tools, and would I be using for that?
I'm sorry, you cut out. What you asked? What are you asking to use?
So for this tinkering check, would I be using my dexterity for that?
You keep cutting out. Did you say intelligence?
Intelligence or dexterity for what I'm doing?
I think it'd be, yeah, whichever one you want, honestly. I don't really think it matters.
They're the same, but I'm gonna use intelligence because big brain.
Yeah.
Right, just add 3 to this.
Add 3 to what it already says plus 3? Okay.
Yeah, because that's without my proficiency.
So it would be 24. Alright, yeah, you've made like 3 objects that can accomplish this task. 3 separate objects.
I'm just, it's like, they're like 3 walking clocks.
Essentially, yeah.
It's like, these are your new friends. I just hand them out.
Alright, so as you went off and did that, what was everyone else doing? I know Maya was leaving, heading to the Kietza.
For the first, yeah, I probably just stared at that dragonborn guy that looked like my dad.
Okay. He kind of just looks at you, is like, do I know you?
I don't know. You look a lot like someone
Somebody you used to know?
somebody
Somebody that I used to know. Sorry, I just had to say it. Okay.
It'll be even more sad. Somebody I used to love.
Anyways, so
you just caught me off guard when I saw you.
right. Sorry about that, but yeah, I'm just real busy right now. We're trying to get everyone safe and out of here. If you'd like to help, you can help. And he points out, and he points to what was the name of that guy you said?
Cultix.
Cultix, yeah. Yeah. He points to Cultix and is like, "Hey, Cultix, come here." And he brings the guy. He's like, "Hey, how can I help?" And he's like, "Take this guy and get him working on something." All right. It's like, "Follow me."
Okay.
You're just like, I guess.
As I walk with him, I keep looking back at the black dragonborn.
Yeah, and it's like every time you look back, it's like re-seeing your dad all over again. He just Cultix just kind of sets you up with like packing things as quickly as possible. He tells you not to worry about everything, just like essentials, like any food, get that. You know,
Yeah, of course.
Don't worry about any utensils. We've already got that packed. You know.
Yeah, just important things.
Yeah.
What's the name of that black dragonborn?
Oh, Deegan? Yeah, it's Deegan. Yeah. He's been running this little sect of the Platinum Dragons for quite some time. Yeah.
Okay.
But I would give you his last name, but he's a little protective of that, so I can't actually tell you that. But you know,
Okay.
kind of like he's superstitious, so.
Yeah, understandable. Okay. I'll pack this stuff.
Sounds good. And then he walks off, lets you just do whatever. Like, he's not supervising you or anything. You can just do whatever you're gonna do.
Okay.
Is Bridget, are you doing anything specific? Or are you just kind of just there for now?
Alright, I think I probably would have gone up to help someone
Okay.
if I could help.
Yeah, simple enough.
Find the kids and gather them up and help however I can.
Makes sense, okay. So you just kind of generally are helping people pack, move things, and avoid pretty much no one's
avoiding a mine.
Okay, yeah, sure, avoid a mine. But yeah, more or less, you know, no one's going outside the building. They're just kind of packing everything ready to go so they can load like all their carts quickly and then get out. Yeah, so you're doing that. I guess we'll transfer to Amai. Amai, so you head over to the inn that the name's I forget the name, so we're just gonna pretend like it has a name, but I'm not gonna say it. So yeah, you head back to the inn that you were in. Let's see here. I need you to make a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Yeah, stealth check. Nice. Okay, so a dirty 20. And more or less you are able to avoid any unwanted attention and keep a good pace. So you get over to the inn. It's on fire. And there's like nobody in here, at least not in the main floor. But you know what room he was in. So do you head inside the fiery building? Or what do you do?
This would be Yeah, I mean, it's Koetsu.
Okay.
Mine has a really strong connection to Koetsu.
Okay, so you walk in, immediately just taking, you can feel the heat even on the outside, like it's very hot. I need you to make a, I guess we'll call it a dexterity saving throw. 9, okay. So you take,
no, that was a dex check.
Oh, you're right, that was a dex check. Try again then.
Oh, okay, this is my saving throws.
Yeah.
It's not anybody, bro.
10, still
Oh, it's
fail.
still the same roll. Yeah.
All right. So you took 1 point of fire damage as you kind of open the door and the fire just blasts outward. You duck in and you kind of like stay low and you start climbing the staircase. Eventually you find the door to Koetsu's room. It is locked.
I try to break it open.
All right.
Wait.
Okay.
Will
What?
my dagger of my ogre mage help me? I have Gust Skull in it right now.
A gust? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try to use that.
So while I'm trying to break down the door, can I take the knife and put it to where the lock mechanism is? So like, not like the door handle, but where like the thing goes into the wall to keep the door from opening. You know
Okay.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I put that there and then at the same time I'm shoving the door open?
Sure. Make
Like advantage or something?
yeah, make a let's just say a attack roll, I guess, with that, but with advantage.
How do I roll with advantage on, dude? Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Do you guys know that?
I'll just roll it twice.
You can roll it twice, but I know there is actually a specific way to do it. Just go ahead and roll it twice.
Yeah, if you just right click on them, it gives you the option
To roll.
advantage,
Okay.
disadvantage.
Cool.
Okay, I see it.
19. Okay. So you jam that dagger right into where the lock would be, connecting to the frame, and just like slice the wood and grind it up as you're blasting this gust cantrip, and it just totally like destroys the lock mechanism and it flings out as the door just swings open. As it opens, you see Koetsu on his bed, asleep, presumably.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to him and grab him.
Okay.
I'm gotta shake him awake. Does he wake up?
Let me roll and find out. No, he does not wake up.
Yeah, I'll pick him up and throw him over my shoulders and I'm like,
Okay. All right. So you're on like the 3rd story of this building. So I'm gonna need you to make a athletics check to make it down the stairs without any stumbling or anything like that.
What do you want me to roll?
Athletics?
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go. Feeling it? Okay.
10?
Then.
It wasn't easy for you. It was definitely a challenge, but you managed to get to the bottom floor without dropping him. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because you're carrying Koetsa to avoid any major flames. And then roll again for disadvantage.
I think, I rolled with disadvantage.
So 14. All right, so 14, you managed to scrape by the fire, and you've got Koetsa outside of the building. He's still unconscious.
Still unconscious? Okay, since we're outside the building, I'm gonna try to punch him in the head.
Oh my gosh, you're so brutal. Okay, sure, do it. Roll an attack for me. If you have the option, do an unarmed strike.
Yep.
16. Okay. I mean, technically it'd be an automatic crit, but you know, whatever. So you give him a good old. Do you open fist or closed fist? You say closed? Open? Okay. So basically you just give him a hard slap to the face. Let me roll for him, see if he wakes up. Doesn't do much.
He's not awake?
Nope, he didn't wake up.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to carry him back to the inn. Or to the Platinum Dragon's place where everyone else is.
Okay. Dang, that's gonna be a trek, and I mean it's not a huge trek, but like it's like gonna be at least like a 20-minute walk, and you're gonna be carrying him. So, so I need you to roll a stealth check for me with, I'll say, maybe not disadvantage, but I'm gonna add whatever you roll. I'm gonna add like a -3 to it.
Okay. Let's go.
So that'd be a 14. All right. So unable to really climb up buildings carrying Koetsa, you're just kind of biding your time and avoiding the eyes of these, invaders. And eventually you do make it back to the Platinum Dragon. It took you probably like a good hour though, because like they're everywhere and you had to stop to like not be seen. So.
Yeah.
Very good. So you show up at the Platinum Dragons. Like from where you were when you were here last time. I don't know if do you go inside or do you just kind of stay outside?
No, I go inside and look.
Okay. So the last time you were here, there were people everywhere doing all sorts of stuff. Now it's much less people, and like most everything is like boxed up and or not even in the building anymore.
See where Draco is? Is Draco here?
Yep, you see Draco, you see you see Bridget and Ren as well.
Draco, get over here. Hiatus is asleep. Like he's under a spell or something.
You're muted, by the way, Draco, if you didn't know.
My bad. What happened to him?
I don't know. I found him inside the inn. It was on fire. And got him.
Alright. I'm assuming you tried to wake him up.
Yeah.
He's probably unconscious. And he held smoke.
Is there like any like medics or anybody around?
No one that is obviously a medic, but you could ask.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to Cultix. Cultix, do you know any medics around here, or one of our friends is unconscious? I don't know what happened to him.
Oh Lord. Okay. Shit. He just see him bolt out the back door real quick, and he shouts down the alleyway in Draconic, which I think only a couple of you guys know. But you hear him shout, for someone the name of Lucina. And Lucina, I'll type it in chat for you.
Cool, thanks.
It's pretty basic, but yeah. And anyways, so like a second later, you see a woman, a female dragonborn. Her skin color is, or actually scale color, is like kind of like a coppery bronze, or I guess it's a little shinier than like, it's more metallic, I would say, but not completely. It's like got patches that aren't. But anyways, she walks back inside, and she's like, yes, can I help? What's going on? And he explains to her, and he points to Kietza, and it's like, oh, okay. And she walks over, and she's like, please, back up. And she just starts like taking his pulse, hearing his breathing, doing all the things that, you know, you would think someone who's trained in this stuff would do. Real quick, roll something for her. Okay. All right. She mumbles to herself and casts a spell that I believe none of you guys can recognize. None of you guys are clerics or anything like that. And she lays her hands on his chest. Who's doing dishes right now?
Sorry.
Very clinky. She lays her hands on her chest, and a warm glow appears, and kind of you see his inner skeleton glow through his skin as well as his lungs, and you see her take her hand over his mouth and pull it up as if she's pulling like a string or something out of his mouth, and you see all this smoke and soot just pull right out and then drop to the floor as like a pile of ash and soot. It just sits there. He will be okay, but he may be unconscious for a while longer.
Ren looks up at what's happening and says one word: crunchy. Goes back to work.
Right. Well, is there anything else you need of me?
No, but thank you so much.
Yes, okay. And she stands up, kind of like straightens her clothing, and then just begins to walk back out the door. At this point, everybody's basically gone to this building. They're on their way out almost already, so.
I kind of just plop next to unconscious Kietza and just kind of.
So where are we going?
I don't know. The whole idea was to come here so Theosius could meet his contact, and now we don't even know where he's at.
Well, I think we gotta leave him be. We just gotta hope he got out of the city. Can't stay here.
Yeah, but where we go from here? It's freezing cold out there.
I got some fire spells, and we can keep warm out there, and just meet up with the rest of the Platinum Dragons, and we'll see from there.
Yeah.
Now let me see if I have something I can use to wake him up.
Okay.
Let me see. My turret's a healing turret. Let me see if it actually real health points or if it's just like temporary HP.
While she's doing this, can I go look out the window and see if any of the people are coming towards the Platinum Dragon Guild, or?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Dang it! It's would temporary HP would not wake him up, right?
No, I would not.
Does none of us have healing potions or anything?
No, I don't.
For your perception check, Draco, you look outside, and at this point, it's very kind of macabre, because you look outside, and in stark contrast to what this, you know, scene has been for like the better part of the last hour or two, the streets are quiet and there's no one that you see, not at least outside this building.
All right. We can't wait like a whole day for him to wake up.
Jericho, can you help me carry him?
I have a healer's kit I can use. I just found it.
You could try that.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if it'll work. If it'll do anything.
It looks like you rolled a 6 with it.
Yeah.
You pull out your healer's kit and you kind of look through it. It's a little obvious you haven't used it, at least not in a long time. And you're just kind of like poking through things like, will this work? I don't know. And you don't really find any immediately helpful items, so.
I do have a staff of healing. Can I?
Wait, does that give health back?
I have no idea.
Let's find out. That could work.
Let me see your sheet real quick. Inventory.
There's 10 charges. Can use an action to expend one or more of its charges to cast one of the following spells from it. Cure wounds, lesser restoration, mass cure wounds. Staff regains 1d6 plus 4. Expended.
So, yeah, you could try to use that. It might help him.
Cure wounds would at least give him health back, right?
You can do 5 charges.
Basically, cure wounds would cost 1 charge, and less restoration would cost, would chart would be need 2 charges, and then mass cure wounds would be 5 charges to do it, essentially. You have 10 charges total.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how to actually like play it, or do I roll?
No, you can just say you want to do it, and it's whatever, you know.
Okay, well, I mean, am I supposed to roll, or is
No.
that something for?
I don't think you should have to roll necessarily.
Roll it on.
Which one are you casting? That's the question.
It would just mark,
Let's see.
but that's it. Only does
Cure
one at a
wound.
time.
Which one are you
Oh, there we
doing?
go.
Are you doing cure wound?
Yeah,
Oh, it's only one charge. You keep marking charges then.
because I was gonna do the mass one.
That's for multiple people.
No, I didn't know if he needed that or not. Don't
I
know
think
how
everyone's at full
he-
health.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone should be more or less at full health, so it's whatever you'd like to do. Whatever you'd like to try.
Okay, the one.
The cure wounds, the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I can roll that for you just because it's simpler to do. That's unfortunate, but that's how it is. You got a 1. Let's see here.
Does it have a modifier for the healing as
Well,
Will did just roll for me. I don't know if that counts or anything.
or did you click the roll too?
He clicked it.
Oh, okay.
Rolled
Well,
a 3.
we'll count yours then, because I didn't know if you could do it or not. But yeah, 3, that's fine. So you cast Cure Wounds on Koetsa, and you see the same, essentially, effect happen to Koetsa's body, with his skeleton kind of glowing around. You see it through his flesh, and like his organs kind of like pulsing, but then he still seems unconscious.
That's weird. Can you do a detect magic and see if he's under a spell?
If someone has that, yeah.
It's just
Oh, did they?
I
didn't know.
don't. I don't have
Oh.
one.
oh, some time and rest.
Not all things can be healed via magic, unless like higher level spells, you know. But yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if he is just unconscious, or I have that.
You have detect magic?
Yeah.
Alright. So you can cast that. And It shouldn't be anything you have to roll. It's just that you cast it.
Okay.
And it appears that there is nothing magical on his body per se, except obviously some of his like equipment, but about it.
He is just very hurty.
Just.
That's the scientific term.
He's just very butthurt.
Sure. Totally scientific.
At this point, all the Dragonborns have left. You could probably catch up with them if you wanted. Other than that, you could stay or you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Did they say where they were going?
They did not say.
Let's just try. We should just try and carry him. If it really worst comes to worst, I got a little spell I like to call trick rope that can keep us safe for an hour.
I mean, where are we even gonna go, though?
Not here. The longer we stay here, the harder it's gonna be to get out of here. We've already waited for longer than I'd like to, but we need to get him.
Should we just try to follow the Platinum Dragons then?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they would know where the next town is.
Yeah.
Somewhere to get maps.
Alright, yeah, we'll take Hiatsu and start just trying to catch up with the Platinum Dragons and follow them.
Alright. Okay, so you guys, I guess whoever's the strongest and or a couple of you who are the strongest can, carry him.
Fiocious had the ball. So
Yeah, Fiocious has the ball.
yeah.
Draco, can you help me carry him?
Yeah, me and Maya will carry him. Quite the day.
Alright, so
If we start going, I'd like to do one more thing. Let me check. I forgot. Never mind. Keep going. I'm just gonna read some.
alright. Cool. So you guys kind of like catch up with the Platinum Dragons. They're not too terribly far. They have sectioned off their quote-unquote caravan into groups of 2 carts because they do not want to attract a ton of attention. So they've all gone different directions, but they have a meeting place that they're trying to get to. Which, if I know correctly, let me find the map, would be... Shoot. Can't remember the name of the town off the top of my head because I forgot it. Give me a second, guys.
So, I mean, I was looking at the map that you gave us, and I mean, the nearest place really is Alendrinus.
Well, the map I gave you guys
Or-
is not like a zoomed in map, it's more like broad strokes. So like there's lots of little towns in between these towns that you see.
Okay.
Yeah. So though like the towns you see on that map are more like capitals.
Like, okay, big cities and such.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, give me a second. But yeah. They tell you that they're just basically trying to meet in a nearby town that I can't find my notes about, so you're gonna have to just bear with me. So yeah. Cool.
We head to this to be named town.
More or less, but give me a second. Whatever. It's a town, and you guys are going to it. I don't want to spend all the time looking for the notes, so it's just an unknown. It's unnamed town now. Okay. So, they offer you to put Quetzal in the cart if you'd like.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that would be much appreciated.
Cool.
I'd ask if I could ride with him.
Yeah, there's some room. You could ride. You definitely ride with them.
I'm just gonna walk on the side and think for a while.
Okay.
Kind of get off to the side a bit further from everybody. And...
Sure. Let's see here. Is anyone watching guard out of the party, or just letting them do it? Because they are definitely doing it. But are any of you also doing it?
I'm doing it with just Koyatsu. Koyatsu's probably someone's biggest thing.
I would be keeping an eye around us.
So just Draco, or did you say you were also doing it, Emma, or what?
Nah, like over Koyatsu, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I mean, in general, I guess.
Sure. Okay, I'll have Draco make a perception check. 17, very nice. So, as you're walking, you guys kind of take an unpredictable path through town, just to try to keep things more or less untraceable or unable to follow per se. You see in the distance, down a couple streets, how do I describe this? You see a bag that looks familiar. It looks like the bag that Theosius would use to keep in contact with Thorgan, and you would give him letters to send to your sister.
Okay, I'll go up to it and grab it, check it,
Okay.
look around it.
Inside it, actually, I'll say this. So, to the side of it as well, you see a cloak and some kind of like strange mucusy liquid that's like all over the place. And you see a necklace that has like a small crystalline gem on it, some sort of crystal in the necklace, or at the end of the necklace.
Okay.
Inside the bag, you see. Well, let's see here. Probably you see a lot of letters, and you see a crystal orb, or I should say a scrying orb, or whatever crystal orb, and that's probably it.
Okay.
I'll inform you later if I find out there should be more there, but that's what I'm gonna say there for now.
Okay. 3 things. 1. With the necklace, would I have remembered ever seeing Theosius wearing that necklace? Or at least have it in his possession?
Yeah, you've probably seen it once, maybe twice, on Theosius.
Okay. In terms of letters, are there any for Mai or for myself?
You look through them, and you see. Give me a second. Where are they? You see 1, 2, 3 letters sent to you, Draco, that you have not. Aside from the one that you've kept and not read, these are 3 new ones you've never seen before.
Okay.
And then there's a letter to Phoeocius and the company that is unopened.
Mhm.
And that's probably it.
Okay. I'm gonna take the 3 letters to me and stuff them in my bag along with the scrying orb,
Okay.
and then take over the bag to everybody and show them the letter to the group.
Okay.
What's that letter to the group?
The letter says, Dear Phoeocius and company, we have not received word from you in 3 weeks. Since our last correspondence, you had just discovered the location of where the tomb or resting place of the spear was. We have sent a rescue party to find you. If you get this letter, please respond post haste. Otherwise, if we don't find you within, a few months, you will be presumed dead.
That's a little. Really?
I mean, that's birth of life.
It's obviously so they can get his life insurance.
That too. It's a pretty good plan on Phoeocius.
But yeah, so Draco, you, all of you who were from the original, party, more or less, it seems rather odd because he mentions that the last correspondence he received was before you guys found the spear.
Right. So he stopped. Why did he stop contacting them after
That's kinky.
Phoeocius? Probably upset that we lost it. All right. Yeah. I
Yeah.
also found a cloak and a necklace of his. Can't just show that to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him though.
It's kind of covered. All that stuff aside from the bag are covered in like a very mucusy slime almost.
Was he eaten by a monster?
Unknown.
And would I guess, have we ever seen something like that mucus, or does it resemble anything we've seen before?
Could I make a history or arcana check on it?
You can make an arcana check on it. You could also let's see here. Let me look at your guys' sheets real quick.
Mucus.
Honestly,
I
don't even know.
Can I intimidate it?
You can make a seduction check. No, it's kidding.
How high are you? Oh my god.
I mean, I was gonna see if we could take a break soon so I could get high again.
Let's see here.
Yes.
But is there anything I can roll? Nature, medicine,
I mean, that is how you spell that word.
Arcana. I mean, I'm not. proficient
If anyone's
any of
proficient in
those.
Arcana, they can check. But other than that,
I'm pretty
nah.
sure the person who
I
is
am
not here
proficient.
right now.
Yeah, the person that.
So
21.
21.
Well, both of them then.
Ooh, shit.
This mucus is magical in nature. It how do I divulge this? Let's see
Tell us
here.
what animal
She'd
it's
figure
from.
this out by licking it, so the magical taste.
Yeah.
Ew.
How's it affect Ray when she licks it?
That's gross.
It's nasty. It's
Why would you do
very
that?
putrid.
You
But
see her like tears are coming off her face. How nasty she.
How
Is
is
it from a
Ray?
worm?
Friend?
Like one of those.
it tastes like there's no way you would know the taste, but it definitely, a part of Feocious is this slime, is this stuff. It's
like his. Is it his like?
it seems like he
decomposed?
he dissolved into this substance.
Oh, he was like, it's like an acid. Is it like an acid venom? Is there a creature that does that?
I have no idea.
I don't know if you would know, honestly.
It's gotta be like a. Here we go.
I mean, with Ren's check, it doesn't seem to be imposed onto Feocious. It seems more like it wasn't like a creature.
Like
he
it was some
just-
sort of spell.
Yeah, it was more magical in nature.
I would like to take a bottle of this slime with me for the
Okay. Okay.
That's weird, but okay.
Some part of this slime is Feocious. Some sort of
I
spell.
guess we should give him a.
What does that even mean?
You know, I don't entirely know either. I don't want to think about that considering I just licked it.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So more or less, you guys are just walking along with the cart and talking about this stuff amongst yourselves. Eventually, you make it out of town, where the wind can really get you. I need all you guys to make a Constitution saving throw.
What are we doing?
Constitution saving throw. To try to withstand the sheer cold.
What am I doing?
Constitution saving throw.
So on the left side near the top, there's a saving throw box, and click the Constitution one.
Can I change it?
No, it's Constitution.
No, can I roll again?
Oh no. Well, actually, I didn't even see it. It didn't come up on my side. So I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Did it say on you guys?
Maybe. It's
It
not showing up.
Popped up for a second, but now.
Bridget,
Go ahead and
wanna-
reroll.
you might want to go ahead and turn off
17, she rolled.
the tabletop extension. You know how to do that?
What?
I don't know how to do it honestly, but if you know how to do it, you can.
Yeah, so you might want to go ahead and turn off the tabletop extension.
That
Bridget.
Dallin had you guys download for his game.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, do you use Google
For roll
Chrome?
20?
Yeah.
about it?
I'm not using it, but I wouldn't know
Okay.
how to.
Are you using Google Chrome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the top right hand corner. There's like this little like puzzle piece thing that'll say extensions.
Right.
Click on that,
Oh.
and then there should be one door.
Am I just removing it, or can you just turn it
Yeah.
off?
I think you can just turn it off.
We're just gonna remove it for now.
Yeah, well, it's not that hard to re-add it. And then try rolling it now, and it should work perfectly.
I rolled it. It did show up.
That's okay.
Ren,
Yeah, her roll. Yeah, her roll came over.
Ren, you haven't made your Constitution saving throw yet on my side.
I got
Oh,
it. 17.
I forgot. Watch, this is how I die, everyone. Go.
Mhm.
Okay, I rolled on that one.
5.
Oh. That's not
Okay.
good.
So each of you who rolled below 10, basically have 1 point of exhaustion.
How do I mark that on D&D
That's
Beyond?
it? That's not a lot.
Let's see here. I believe
Yeah,
there's a conditions button somewhere. Basically
there
above,
is.
next to your armor class, there's a conditions part. Just at the very bottom of that, just click with the one that says on exhaustion.
Okay. Got it.
There you go. All right. Eventually, you guys make it down the side of this cliff very slowly, but with patience and determination. You guys make it down the cliff and begin your travel towards this town.
Do we, the whole traveling crew, do we stop at a certain point to rest, or are we just traveling?
They're just traveling. They're not stopping. If you want to ask them to, you can.
No,
I mean, we'll probably we just started.
Yeah, you guys are probably like maybe 2 hours in the trip.
Okay, I wasn't sure how long we've been going for.
Yeah, so it's not too long, but you guys keep moving along. Eventually make it out of the colder area, I should say. And if you recall, last time you guys were here, this part in this like little area, you guys had seen giants in the distance. So just keep that in mind, more or less. And I think we will go on a mid-session break for 15 minutes at this point. So,
Oh my god, Danny.
oh my lord.
Why you gotta do this to Draco? Like, why you gotta...
Yeah, I know. First, he sees someone he knows from his past, and then he sees someone who looks like his dad. Like, what's happening?
What the fuck, man?
You say that his parents are
almost
alive,
killed
you know,
for you.
this whole thing is gonna just come crumbling down.
You'll see. You'll see.
Why
It's
you
gotta
keep
unravel.
This trauma for me.
This trauma.
You know, trauma gives good drama.
Indeed. Trauma and drama. They share the
God.
same bed. I don't know. Anyways,
Yes, they
for anyone
do.
who's watching, we're just gonna take like a 10-minute break, more or less, and then we'll be back. So yeah, see you guys in a little bit.
Bye.
All right,
That's you awake now.
we're back on stream. Things are happening.
We're using the voice.
That was not Koetsu. That was just me being weird.
That sounded like Koetsu.
Kinda. He's kind of the same person in my head, I guess.
Okay. It was definitely Koetsu.
I really like it. This is the way I talk when I try to be weird. Yeah, okay, cool. Anyways, we are back.
Now you just sound like Umar.
Shut it. Oh, deja vu. That was big deja vu right there. Okay. So we are back. Break time over. Let's see here. So, you guys currently are traveling. It is not like midday even. It's like probably 4 or 5 p.m. at this point. It's overcast and it's snowing. Even though you guys are out of like the high mountains, you guys are it's still chilly out and stuff like that. But yeah. So, anything you guys like to do while you're traveling?
I would like to find some kind of a one-time Bridget. I've seen her see me like kill the child, right?
Oh yeah, you definitely saw her see you. So do you just like pull her away?
Yeah.
Or-
What's
okay.
going on?
So Amai comes up to you,
Her or
Bridget.
about her?
Amai comes up to you, and
Right.
I guess what do you say to her?
I'm just gonna say it was Naval.
It was what?
It was Naval. The
Naval.
French guy. Yeah, the French guy, Naval.
That's
Oh,
Vandalore.
you mean Vandalore?
Yeah, his name is Naval, right? It
No,
has
that's
Naval?
Drake.
Well,
That's Draco's last name.
Oh my god, dude! I just.
It's all good, dude. It's all good.
Oh yeah, it was Vandalore. Vandalore told me to kill him. I'll be whispering. This isn't something
Different.
routine color.
That's a new tactic.
What do you mean?
I just he doesn't. That's kind of a big step. Killing a child.
Well, he asked me to, and I did it.
I saw that.
I mean, if you don't believe me, you can ask him. When I ask you not to tell anyone else in the party.
I won't.
Alrighty, thank you. And I guess I'll go back to watching over Koetsu if he's not awake yet.
He's not awake yet, no. But let's see here. So you guys have that little discussion on the side, and you guys travel along for the better part of like 3 hours before, with the overcast skies, it just gets too dark to keep moving. And so the Dragonborn begin to pull off to the side near this kind of like wooded valley between two hills, basically where water will run through, and that's where all these trees kind of are pulling up, and just to try to stay out of sight. Yeah. Let's see here. Just gonna stop the music for now. But yeah, so you guys are there. What you guys, so the Dragonborn start like unpacking things that they need, like tents, sleeping rolls. One of them begins a small fire. Yeah. So is there anything you guys want to do? Or is this just going to be on the way?
Alright, so we're just kind of stopping for rest for now at this
Yes.
point.
It'd be a long rest, yeah.
Alright. So I guess
Um,
I'll go ahead and um
Pitch a
you
tent.
know what? It's pretty where's Bridget right now?
I don't know. She's probably just on the side somewhere helping.
Yeah. Alright, then
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm gonna go ahead and Ren's gonna go over and she's going to attempt to talk to Bridget. Since Bridget seemed to be at least somewhat friendly with her earlier last session. So
yeah.
she can you tell me what Ren's doing right now, Bridget? Is able to attempt to...
I don't know what.
What?
Something's happened with your mic. I don't know. You kind of cut out there for a second.
Alright, what about now?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alright. Can you tell me what Bridget is doing right now?
I'm gonna pitch a tent.
Alright.
So I can make a bed.
Right. Well, Ren is gonna come over and pitch the tent despite probably not being the best. So just kind of like nervously walks over trying to figure out how to make communication with people because she doesn't do that much. Beyond just being slightly snarky. It's kind of like, you know what, crazy day, right? As she tries to start putting in like a tent stake before the rest of the stuff.
Wow. Yeah, no, it was definitely a crazy day.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You saw weird shit.
say that again.
I saw weird shit.
I mean, like, no, I thought things were gonna go okay. We had, things set up. We were gonna go talk to people, and, get some stuff done. Maybe get the Platinum Dragons to owe me a little favor, and
Yeah.
well, that didn't work, and I don't know. It's just frustrating.
A little odd. And then like our inn being on fire and Koetsu inside. Like that's really weird too.
But I feel like that's like the least weird of things, to be honest. I mean, they're going around
No,
and
I think it's all weird.
all right. Well,
Why did we join this party?
I'm just here because I just kind of got roped in with you guys. Like, did you guys even have like an official party? And I knew a guy once. He was really big on. He had this whole thing of like making like split that you had like a whole party sponsor. It was really dumb. Like every night you would like divide the gold. We could all like commit like one crime per town, and that was it. It's like I did. That's why I left that one.
Not really into group settings.
Yeah, I usually work alone. Just easier that way. I don't gotta talk to anybody. Just stay by myself.
I don't mind working with other people, just not in groups, too many opinions.
I know people always have the wrong opinions. How could they not realize I'm right? Red Kai smiles because she was on.
You were making what? You cut out again.
She smiles as like as she finally gets somebody to laugh because she was actually.
It was actually.
You cut out after cuz actually. You cut out after because actually.
Oh, because she was actually trying to make a joke there that she was
Oh, okay.
over.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. That was really funny.
Okay, but I mean, how long you been with these guys?
Not long.
Oh,
I don't even
any
know, like a day before we found you. A night, really?
okay, well, you seem like the worst person to talk to if I. But no, like I don't know. This day's just been not great. Just, I mean,
Well, from the sounds of it, it seems like they have these types of days a lot.
I mean, isn't that the? Uh,
I
she's
couldn't
kind of
imagine going to a town and having it explode every day.
just go to all the towns you don't like if that's the case. I mean, like you can just get rid of like I don't know. I don't pay attention to towns. I don't know all of them. Too many people.
So we have like dinner before bedtime.
Do we?
Sorry, am I muted right
Sits
now?
there awkwardly.
No, sorry.
Is there anybody else?
I didn't notice I was
join?
muted. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys are muted.
Yeah. So like they're preparing some dinner. They only have like carrots and cabbage and.
We probably have food. Doesn't anybody have like inventory?
Yeah, you guys have
Food?
your own. You guys have rations, which is definitely not as good as carrots and cabbage. It's like jerky and bread, stale bread.
Lame.
What do
Let's
you
eat
think?
the.
Cause I don't know how we're all. I know Amai is with Kietsu, and they're probably in the wagon thing. I don't know where Draco's gone off to.
Draco's
Um,
dead.
I was just waiting
I
for
hope
letting you guys have your time.
not.
But
Yeah,
yeah, we
Draco would
should
just be
probably.
setting up his own stuff probably. For
Yeah,
now.
Drago would have set up his stuff and then just would have been going through the letters he had.
Stop and talk to Draco.
You'd like to talk to Draco?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You guys can go ahead and do that.
Um. So about Ren and Bridget, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna bring them along?
I mean, considering it's really just you, me, and Kietsu left, I think we kind of need them at this point.
Yeah, I would agree.
More is better. I don't even know what happened to Theocius now. I mean, we found his
Me neither.
stuff, but...
You guys found his stuff?
Oh yeah, that was when you were at the store. We found his stuff on the side of the road with this mucus.
Oh. So we still have our maps and the scrying there?
I found, the bag of letters. Didn't find the orb. But,
Correction. I might have accidentally made a misspoke earlier. You did find the orb.
I know, but I put that in my bag.
Oh, okay. You were just telling him that. Okay, my bad.
There was a letter to the group. Essentially, Theocius hasn't had word with anybody for 3 weeks when we found the location of the spear, and they sent a rescue party after us, thinking that we might be dead.
I wasn't too fancy about that guild anyways.
Yeah.
But maybe it's good to keep it in contact with them.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have information about the speed.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and mock up a letter and send it to them so they know at least some of us are still alive. And if I guess I have the magical letter bag that Fiosha's had if you ever need to send some letters.
Yeah.
Um,
So you don't have the orb, but you found everything else?
yeah, no, found all that and found I think Fiosha's cloak and the necklace he had.
Can I roll an
The
insight check
crystal.
on that? That
Sure.
sounds kind of weird that he found everything else except for the orb.
Yeah, of course. Draco, you can make a deception check as well.
Ooh!
Close for an 18.
Okay. So Draco, you rolled 11. My maid rolled a 19. He's being. You can tell he's being deceptive. You're not necessarily sure about which part, but there's something real fishy going on.
I've been traveling with you long enough. I can tell when you're hiding something. Just if you have the word, make sure you keep it tight. It will help. Good to help us find the spirit of Lesh. That's the only thing I care about. You can keep it if you have it. I just want to be able to use it.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about it.
What do you think we should do now?
Get to the next nearest town and try to find some more information about the spirit of Lesh. Isn't that why we came here?
Yeah.
The Everhome?
Now we've had to leave that, and I don't know where we should head to now.
So we can stay with Platinum Dragon. They'll take us to the nearest town, and then maybe try to get in contact with the guild again. I'm sure they probably have a leader too. We can try scrying again
Yeah,
as well.
can try that. But I'll let you know what.
And I might have a person to ask her too.
Around here, or where we need to
No.
go.
Yeah, where we need to go. When we get
Okay.
to the next town, I'll get in contact with them.
Sounds good. I don't even know where we're heading. Should probably ask somebody.
Yeah. I guess I'll look for the big shot of the Platinum Dragons and ask them where they're planning on going.
Okay, so am I muted still, or you can hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
we know.
So the group you guys went with didn't have any big shots. You know, didn't have Cultix or Deegan in it. But I mean, there's obviously someone in charge of this group. You want to talk to them about it?
Yeah, or a group.
So you go up to like whoever's running this little caravan, this little like
Yep.
two car
Yep.
caravan. Okay.
Mhm.
It's just you walk up to them and they seem inviting enough. He is a male dragonborn, probably white as well as the Cultix, and he's just like, yeah. So I mean, I was just told to take us to Stathmore and then meet somewhere in there. I'm gonna assume like an inn or something, but that's kind of all I know.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for letting us travel with you, I guess.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, well, it'd be very rude not to.
Do you know about how far that is from where we are now?
Oh, probably I would say another day's journey, but it's a pretty small town. I doubt it'd be attacked At least not soon. They'd likely attack bigger cities before they attacked that one. So it's a good place to meet up and then find a real plan on what we're doing.
Do you know why that attack at Everhelm happened?
I mean, did you hear what he said? I heard it. He was loud as hell. I mean, where were you at? I mean,
I was kind of distracted by
well, from what I can remember, it was something like, let's see, something about his righteousness, the Valkyr of Rights, and the Dread Emperor. Something about them bringing judgment on us and finding us unworthy. So, I'm assuming it's some kind of religious cult or something, but I don't know.
Any other information you have
You,
about them?
Personally, I don't know. I mean, that's all I really remember. It was kind of all happening at once, so.
you know if that head drow, if he was the dreaded emperor they spoke of?
What head drow?
Oh, were you not there at the head?
All I
when they
remember
made
was
the announcement?
we were in meetings, and then a big explosion happened on the south wing, and then we evacuated very quickly because the siege bells were going off. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of what was up. I mean, like I don't really know much, but I know that it's not good. I don't know.
Yeah, that's they have a strong enough force to take on a whole town like Everhelm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, to take over that is really ballsy because it's basically like showing the whole world that you're not fucking messing around. So, yeah, I think it should be taken very seriously.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. He just goes back to
Alright.
eating like carrot cabbage stew.
Draco's just gonna take off into the wood and
Hey,
find somewhere to
Draco.
be alone for a little bit.
Full
Hey,
sprint.
Draco,
Yeah,
maybe you should maybe you should stick around so you get to know the party members. You know?
uh, no, I need some time to myself. You get to know them and make sure they're trustworthy
Okay.
in some way.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a little bit. I just take off into the forest, find a little spot to be alone.
Okay.
I guess I'll go find Run to start off with. I already kind of know Bridget. Don't really know Run.
Okay. Well, yeah, they're just kind of vibing by the campfire probably after building their each of their own tents and or bedrolls, laying out their bedrolls.
Hello, Run. You busy?
Sorry, took me a second to unmute there. Not particularly, no.
So what do you think of all this?
She looks up at her finger, counts 3, and then puts back one. Contending for worst day of my life.
Same here. Close but not there. Our party leader's kind of gone and we don't really know what we're doing yet.
What were we trying to do anyway? I just kind of tagged in, getting with
Well,
the
We
dragons.
making our tents. so
I'm
that
not
we
making
could make our beds.
no, like you
The
guys have
quest.
been.
Yeah, the quest.
What's the
Uh,
quest? That's your
Oh,
quest.
that thing. I have no idea.
So at the beginning, we were brought together by a big guild, um, to find a spear of lush for someone, and we don't. Pretty sure that person's dead now, right, Danny?
Which person?
The person that we were originally trying to find the spear of lush for.
Thorgan?
No, the guy that gave us like the quest information would originally found it. Or is that guy still alive?
I mean, yeah, Thorgan is the guy that hired you all. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah,
he's still
Thorgan,
alive.
yeah. Yeah, we were hired by this guy named Thorgan through the guild to go ahead and find the Spear of Lesterum. That's our current goal. Really good pay and just an adventure.
Well, do you want to keep going after that then?
Yeah, that's my plan at least.
All right. Well, I'm always wanting to go after you know, nice magic stuff. If I get it, I like taking a look at things. I'm a bit of a enthusiast. Uh, she motions to Gerald now because I keep changing the name. It's gonna keep changing. Uh, Metal Dragon as it lands on her shoulder and it's down the ground. So as long as that can keep getting furthered, I'm in. Though I've got a little something else that I could use some help with.
What can you use some help with?
Uh, well, the those guys, the Shadow Legion, they sort of kidnapped my dad. Kind of, would like him to not be kidnapped.
Why did they kidnap him? If you don't mind telling.
Daniel, I forgot if I knew that.
Knew what? What part?
Do I know why they kidnapped him? Just like kind of not a good
No, you did know. You did know them that they got him.
like. Do I know why?
No, you don't know why.
Like I could probably just assume that he was probably a problem for them at least.
I think they're at the Spear of Lush too, so it might be running their path.
Yeah, well,
Good for
thereafter
both of
that,
us.
thereafter that, then we should keep us crossing paths. If we can get one of them. Well, who has the spear right now? Do you know where it is?
It's a long story. It's in Blood Elf territory. Where we don't know, we just know it's there.
And we just got attacked by a blood elf.
Yep.
You think that maybe they could be trying to trade the city for the spear?
Probably. I've already been thinking about all this. Don't really exactly know where to go from here.
Well, right now it seems like maybe focus on see if we can track Spear's trail. I mean, why'd you come to this city in the first place?
To get more information about it.
Do you have a specific contact, or was that a thing?
Theosis was supposed to, but as you can see, that man is not here no more.
Did he give you a name?
Nope.
He did seem very closed off about why or who he was going to meet anybody, and he would always just defer to that's just where we're supposed to go. It's basically he would just say that's where we're supposed to go.
And now dead or disappeared.
Yep. So, yeah, that's our story so far.
Well,
Next course of action, I guess, just traveling with these guys until we have a moment to settle and rest our thoughts.
I'm thinking. Well, one of these guys. I mean, maybe the guy he was going to meet was maybe he got out of the city.
Maybe, but we
Right.
found all of this stuff. All of it.
And that new letter wasn't about where we need to go.
The new letter was an SOS message, right? That was Draco told us about that. Told Amaya about that.
I'm sorry, what about the letter? It's how old?
The
What?
most, the most recent letter from the guild was an SOS letter, right? Saying that
Yeah,
we were gone.
yeah. And it seems that it's been in the bag probably for a few weeks.
Okay, yeah, Will told me about that. Draco told me about that.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, it seems like a SOS letter. I think they think we're dead right now. We haven't written back yet.
Well, we should probably write back, tell the guilds what's going on.
We were planning on it. I don't think we're gonna stick with them much longer. Hoping they give us information.
Yeah. Well, I'll see what I can do. Maybe someone's got. I'm not quite the greatest at getting information from people, but if we can get to a town or start going, see if I can find some leads, even if it's not. I mean, give me a minute. Dan, what do I know about
About what? You cut out.
Have I heard of this spear?
Hmm. Yeah, probably.
Can Is there any check I can make just like uh, what someone would want to use it for, like where somebody associated with the Blood Elves might take it to?
You don't know much about the Blood Elves, probably. So you wouldn't know where they would take it. But you know of the spear, and you know that it's not good. It's always been seen as a bad omen in history whenever it shows up.
It's basically kind of omen of
Mass
bad
destruction and
things.
war.
Well, that seems to be true.
But yeah, what are your fighting capabilities? What do you do? You got magic and stuff? You got yourself a
Well,
little crossbow or
Magic and
something?
stuff. Sounds good.
well,
I'll go
you
with
know,
that.
I'm quite good with more intricate workings of magic. I I'll get like I'm pretty good with infusing it in things. I got my armor here, and she lifts up big cloak she's got draped over her to show her stud leather armor, and you can see it kind of has. It's not immediately noticeable at first, but you can notice a few carved into it, along with some small wiring in between the in between the studs in the leather. Give it some better protection. I can up the I can use the same stuff I got here, take it off, put into it, make the weapon a little better if you want, or you can do it on someone else's armor.
Okay.
I've got a bit of got a good bit of utility, or as what I can make. I keep a good amount of parts on me. She kind of taps. It's basically got a tool belt on with a few parts on it, along with a few what seem to be like very minimal magic items, or maybe. And she goes and takes out a. Well, I think one thing that you notice about her,
She has a very large, what I can only describe as a mortar launcher. It's like, and this puppy, she hits it right here, is my arcane firearm. Get some good distance out of her. Deals quite a bit of damage if you want some destroyed. Got a few other little turrets I can set up. I usually attach them.
How tall is Ren again?
She is like 3 something. She is
Yeah.
small.
I'll stand up
She is a
and just.
baby.
I'll stand up and do like tap her on the head and be like, if you don't do anything to get us killed, you work out perfectly fine here, and I'll just walk away.
She like almost looks like she's gonna bite his hand when he does that, but she holds back.
It's a
She's
she.
like,
I'm a she, okay?
when she does this, like, don't
You're both
patronize me.
she's.
Don't patronize me.
Then I'll run off to find Bridget because I have some questions.
I think Bridget's right there.
Don't touch
Sorry, what?
people's heads.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Did you? Well, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I was
I
writing.
wanted to come talk to you in private.
Oh, yes, sir.
So I guess I'll pull you off into the woods, go on like a little walk with you.
Okay.
Like,
Don't kill me, please.
has Vandalore ever done something like that before?
Made
know of?
someone kill a child?
Kill anyone like that in his name?
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely made you kill people before. Just never a child. I've never seen that personally. But I was also one of a task to choose loyalty to. So
Okay. How big is this step for Vandalore?
maybe.
Not how
No, I
big
mean
is
like
this step?
before me, his last guy kidnapped me to prove his loyalty. So I mean, if
Uh,
he's making you kill a child,
how big of a
it's
step is
intense
this in
every time.
Vandalore's? How big of a step is this in Vandalore's book? Like, what kind of light does he see me in now? Kind of deal?
Well, you showed a big, what's the word? You showed a lot of loyalty. I mean, you literally killed someone on command, so probably pretty important for, you know, he knows you're gonna do anything he wants you to do.
Alright. Does Vandalore have a symbol? I'll ask Bridget this because I'm Does
What?
Vandalore have a symbol?
I can't hear you.
Does Vandalore have a symbol?
He does.
Does he? I did not know that.
Yeah, hold on, I can find it.
You
Somewhere
haven't told me.
buried in my
Would
things.
Bridget know it? Because that's what I'm always asking.
Yeah, Bridget would know it.
Yeah, I would.
I'll just post it in chat real quick. There you go, in Discord. Boom, that'd be it.
In the general chat?
In the in-game media share chat.
Would Bridget show mine what the symbol is?
How do you even explain that? What?
I mean, you probably have like a tattoo or something of it on yourself. You can show them if you'd like.
Yeah, probably like on my arm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just show you my like arm, and the inner forearm has the symbol on it.
Alrighty. I guess, well, Maya will just say thank you and walk away.
All right. So you guys, I guess, find your way back to the campsite. Draco, you walked off into the woods. What little of them there are. It's not like a big forest you're next to, but you can find some privacy if you wanted to. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna sit down and pull out the scrying orb and think of Theocius as I look into it. Come on, Theocius, show yourself to me.
Okay.
Gotta be out there.
Very intriguing. So, you peer into the clouded crystal ball as it begins to swirl. You feel your eyes kind of like gloss over as you see nothing for a moment. Literally nothing. It's pitch black, pure darkness. The crystal ball, a crack appears in it. Not a really big one, but a decent crack appears as it shocks you, essentially. You take 12 points of lightning damage. Your whole right arm is completely numb and feels like really tingly and maybe slightly burning, but it's not on fire or anything. And you see Theocius kind of just floating there in the darkness. He has a scroll in his hand and he's just like mumbling to himself and like kind of twitches every now and then. He definitely doesn't seem right in the head. He's kind of just mumbling. You can't really hear what he's saying. But, yeah.
Looking at him, the scroll that he's reading, does it look similar, or is it the one that I found a long time ago in Father Stephen's office?
It is the exact one that you found in Father Stephen's office.
I did this to him. I gave him that fucking scroll. Jeez. Okay. And that's it?
That is it.
I kind of take a minute and wait for the feeling come back into my arm, and then cautiously pick the crystal ball up again and think of Muriel.
Okay. As you focus once more, which by the way, your arm is still completely numb. As you focus more on Muriel, you see him in what looks like a ship. Close quarters, all pretty much made of wood. He's talking with a very large, overweight blood elf. Very... He looks as though he has, like, not scars, but like he's got scabs all over his face and just looks like a gross person, essentially. But Muriel is talking to this person who has a set of, like, looks like upper officials in this small room, one of which is a large humanoid wearing all black armor. You can't even see his face, holding the spear of Lesh behind this overweight man, I should say elven man. As which, at that point, someone looks at you one of the other men in the room looks at you and points, and you see a flash of light as you are thrust out of the vision with extreme vertigo, and that is all you know.
Saw me? What the hell? I didn't think you could see me. At least I have an idea. Alright. And I'm gonna pick orb up one more time. And think of my sister.
Okay. So you begin to focus on your sister. As you do, your mind once again kind of falls into this vision where you're racing through the clouds at extreme speeds, just like clouds are flying past you as you peer down at a green dragonborn woman, your sister, Talia, standing on the deck of a skyship, looking longingly over the edge at the sky and the ground. You see a female humanoid next to her, kind of like has her arm wrapped around her, as they're both kind of just looking out over the way. Nothing else seems to happen. They just kind of stand there. You see other crew kind of walking by on this, I guess, skyship, you could presume. Yeah.
Does she look happy?
She looks concerned. Very worried.
Can I tell in any way what direction the airship's heading?
Make a survival check, or maybe straight intelligence. Whichever one you want. I don't really care.
Oh, God. I rolled a 1 with a -1. It's a 0.
0. Yeah, you've got no idea. No idea what the heck is going on. You don't know where they are. They're just in the sky, flying.
Why are you traveling, Talia? You're supposed to stay there. I'm gonna get up and head back to the camp and go find Amai.
Okay. Your arm is still very numb. And
Right.
you walk back, and I guess, probably everyone is just around the campfire, either eating their rations or eating carrot cabbage stew.
I'd be just sitting next to Koyatsu, in like the corner somewhere.
Okay.
Come up to both of them and
Is Koyatsu awake yet?
No, he's still unconscious. He has stirred. Like, he's not dead or magically seduced. Like, he has stirred in his sleep, but he seems to be recovering still, essentially.
still unconscious.
But he's still currently unconscious.
How's he looking, Amai?
Looks like he's getting better.
That's good. I pull out the orb and I show him the crack on it.
What happened to it?
I tried to focus on Phoeocius and find him,
And?
I did see him in some void, muttering to himself, reading the scroll that I gave him that I found in Father Stephen's office. And then it shocked me out and cracked the ball.
I guess Maya will just sigh. Big ol' sigh.
I don't
What
know what
has
happened to
happened?
I I don't know what happened to him, but he's stuck somewhere reading that scroll.
Sure, we'll find him again.
I don't know how.
Me neither.
I mean, the only person that knew anything about that scroll is
Him?
dead.
Yeah.
Um, it still works. I was able to also scry on Muriel, and
And
he apparently is making some trade or gave the spear to some large person in black armor.
what else?
Most of
I think it was hard to tell for that one specifically, but there were other blood elves around.
yeah, there were blood elves. Basically, everyone who wasn't wearing full armor was a blood elf.
Yeah. So I assume so, but just in full black armor, and he was holding the spear.
Was it like the black armor from the people that were wearing here today that attacked the town?
It was very similar, except this man seemed very like much larger in stature, like probably like 2 feet taller than maybe Muriel would have been.
Okay. And Muriel was pretty tall too.
Yeah.
But then I guess one of their people was able to see me scrying and pushed me out.
That's not good. That means that they know that we're looking for him now.
Yeah. And the whole time I'm talking to him, I've just been kind of shaking my arm, trying to get it to stop being numb.
Her. Talking to her. Okay.
Her. Yes. Whole time I'm talking to her, I've been shaking my arm.
What happened to your arm?
It, like I said, it shocked me pretty good. And this arm's just been numb.
I'm gonna smack it and be like, that's what they call karma. Karma for trying to lie to me.
Do I feel him slap my arm?
I
Or
mean,
her?
as much as you would feel like after a cavity filling or a dentist appointment being numbed up, you'd feel the pressure, but you definitely wouldn't feel any like pain.
Alright. But if you have anybody else you want me to scry on, or if you want to scry on somebody, I have it.
Yeah, could I borrow it? I would like to scry my dad.
Yeah. I'll just hand her the spear, or the orb.
Yeah, and then let's scry on my father. What is he up to?
Okay. Let's see here. You focus on the ball, and you kind of like fall. Your consciousness kind of falls into it as your eyes glaze over, and you see your father traveling by horse. The road you probably recognize. He is heading towards Stellaris.
Okay.
He's got all his equipment with him. He looks like he's ready to like travel for a while.
Something's big going on. Alrighty, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And then I'll put the orb into my bag.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything else anyone would like to accomplish?
I'm just gonna lay down and go over the letters I have.
All right. Are you gonna read them all? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've made available to you all the letters on World Anvil if you want to go read them.
Awesome.
Alright, so let's see here. Traven stands up. I don't think any of you guys actually know his name, but this is the guy who's kind of leading this caravan. Kind of stands up. He's just like, "All right, everybody, but we should get some rest. Today's been very eventful, and we've all lost. Well, hopefully not too many, but I'm sure some of us have lost loved ones. Don't want to leave the fire on too late. Will attract unwanted attention. So please finish up whatever you're cooking or anything of that sort, and we will set a guard. Any of those who are not in the Platinum Dragons who's attending our company, if you would help with the watch, that would be much appreciated. We do have one more night ahead of us on this journey, so as of that, I say good night, and peace be with you all. And he kind of just steps down off of like a rock he was standing on. Everyone kind of just starts to like get back into like whatever they were eating or doing, back to what they were doing, yeah. And that is that. So any of you guys would like to participate in the watch? And if so, at what point in the night?
Probably not a my because
I
of my
will.
that
Okay.
the whole fire thing.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. You'll be paired with 2 other Dragonborn, so it's like there'll be a lot of people on watch.
All right.
I will also take a watch at some point.
Okay. Alright, so if that's it, then more or less you guys will take watch with some of the Dragonborn, and the rest of you guys will find your rest. So, let's see here. Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check as you take first watch.
Yeah, I don't have disadvantage on this because it's at night.
Nice.
$16.
Okay, cool. 16. I shall roll for the Dragonborn who are with you. My dice. I got too much. Okay. So, for the better part of like 2 or 3 hours, nothing really happens. In the distance, what did you roll again? You got 19, you said?
16.
16? Okay. In the distance, you see something large move real quickly, like on the horizon. Like it was like on the other side of like a far hill. You didn't see it, you just saw the movement.
Like, was it like how large?
It's the hill you saw it behind is pretty far away, so just from what you could guess, it was probably like the size of a cart, maybe. But it was moving very fast, so you're not exactly sure what it could have been. But watching that area, you don't seem to see it again, or anything of the sorts. And it was decently far away. It wasn't like real close. At this point, the campfire would have been doused. You guys wouldn't actually have that, so it's not like you're a beacon in the night.
I would point it out to his other Dragonborn up watching, right? Since
Yeah.
your camp.
Yeah.
All right, I'd point it out to a few of them and make sure they were aware of it.
Of course. Okay. So
And I
they're
just
also on watch then. Also trying to keep guard of
oh,
that.
I'll also go ahead and cast Gift of Alacrity.
Okay. And can you remind me what that does?
And it lets me add a D8 to my initiative.
Okay. To your initiative.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Cool. All right. So much of your time is uneventful. So you wake up the next watch. Let me roll for that. Nice. Nothing seems to happen. Then the next watch comes along, and that is when you are woken up, Draco. If you can roll a perception check.
Alright. 25.
Oh,
with a
Lord.
nat 20.
Oh my lord. Okay. Yeah. You see everything. No, I was kidding. Most of the night is also uneventful. Except you hear a large snapping sound. You would say it sounded like a twig, except it was way too loud to be a twig. Like, it was probably like a tree snapping. It was probably more north of you, or like where you guys came from, up this valley where there's more trees. It was probably only like 500 to 1,000 feet away from you guys.
Did multiple people hear it?
Oh yeah, everyone on guard basically heard it. Everyone who's awake right now heard that.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the two nearest guys to me and say, I think we should go check that out. Just make sure everything's okay.
Alright, since there's 4 of us, perhaps only 2 should go. 2 should stay.
Alright.
Okay. So you can take one of them and head over there and try to investigate something. See what's up, you know?
Yep.
Okay. So you're crawling up the hill. It's a pretty steep hill on each side of this like valley. But you kind of like manage your way up to like the top of it and kind of like sneak up the side, get closer to where it is. Make another perception check for me.
15.
Okay. You hear a loud like how would I describe it? You hear a loud thump, but it wasn't like a singular thump, it was more like as if somebody had fallen over. Or like flopped themselves down on the ground. It sounded like a big beast like laying down essentially.
Okay.
That's what I'll tell you. But yeah, you can kind of get the idea of where it's at. You can't see it, but you can kind of get the general direction and distance.
Okay. Gonna try to crawl up but still stay hidden so I can see it.
Okay, make a stealth check. You can have advantage because it's nighttime and yeah.
At 20, so 25.
Oh my gosh! Stop with the nat 20s. That's like your third one already. Jeez. Okay. Well, your friendo rolled a 9, so I guess that helps counteract that. Cool. So you guys start walking, and he like steps on like 3 branches or 3 twigs on the ground. You're just like, shh. You like help him like avoid any branches. He like follows your footsteps exactly.
This way.
You guys get closer, and let's see here. You get into the tree line a bit more, and you see a large humanoid. But yeah, this is definitely a giant.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they are not asleep yet, but they look like they're laying down to like go to sleep, essentially. They're just like in the woods, laying in like a little clearing essentially, but you can definitely see there are like some trees that are busted into essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine. It looks like they're going to sleep. But definitely just have to make sure we're keeping our eyes open for it.
Yeah. It's really close to you guys, so yeah, like if it found out you were there, probably wouldn't be good. But you seem fine.
Just gonna sneak back to camp and let everybody know to be on high alert.
Okay, anyone who's doing watches, or do you mean you wake everybody up?
No, I just let everybody know that's on watch.
Okay, to pass the word to the next watch, okay. Other than that, the rest of your watch goes uneventful, but you actually can hear snoring from the giant. It's not like extremely loud, but if you're like in the quietness of the wilderness, you can hear it for sure. Anyways, next watch comes by. Unless there's anything you wanted to do.
No.
Okay.
Sleep.
So next watch comes by, and they do their perception checks. And so on, so forth. Let's see here. Okay. Nothing eventful happens in the night. You guys are all woken up before the sun rises. Because of the information of finding the giant, that they all decided to essentially it was more or less just a group decision to like probably leave before it woke up. So you're woken up early and are told to pack your things and get ready to go. So that's what happens, I assume.
Yep.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna try to shake and wake up Koyatsu.
Okay. You just start shaking him and try to wake him up. He does wake up. And he's just like, what the heck? What the fuck? Dude, where are we?
So, Theosis is dead. Elverhome was destroyed. And I saved your life. You're welcome.
Fuck's sake, what? You're joking, obviously. There's no way that happened. Like, how long have I been asleep? Like, fucking, like an hour or two? Like, I just, like, lay down. What, a day? A whole day?
A whole day. I'll point around. This is the Platinum Dragon. We're traveling with them until the next town.
Okay. You said Theosis was dead?
Dead.
No.
I'll show him the orb and tell him about how it got cracked and everything Draco did. And how we found all this stuff on the side of the road.
No way. This is impossible. I can't believe it. Where are we going now?
We're going to... what is it called? Stathmore? Is that the place?
Yeah, Stathmore.
Stathmore.
And wait, but who? You said Everhelm got destroyed by what? By who? What's happening exactly?
Her name again? I forget. Or did they announce her name?
They said, let it be known and henceforth the dread emperor, the rightful heir to Kolmar and his righteousness, the Valkyr of rights, have brought judgment upon Everhelm and found it unworthy.
I'll tell them all that.
Okay. Oh shit! No way.
Do you know who
Okay.
they are?
Yeah, they're well, the Dread Emperor, that's he seems like kind of he's like basically having really bad hangover essentially. Like he's just like fucked up. Um it was the leader of the West Blood Elves. They're much worse than my own clan. Yeah, they're more ruthless, and there's a feud between them and our clan. Kolmar is the it's like a rough translation, but essentially it's like the right to to heaven, almost, as like in your language, like the right to rule the Holy Land is kind of the way it goes. Um
Okay.
but it hasn't been brought up in centuries, so I don't even know what's going on right now. It seems a little unprovoked. I haven't heard anything. I feel like that would have been on my radar, but I guess I don't know. Um and then you said the Valkyr of Rights was in this as well. Oh, yeah, that's not good at all. Like the Emperor himself, that's one thing, but then also this guy, that just means that he's backed by religious fanatics in our culture that are very much what's the word, like barbaric. Like they just don't believe in the sanctity of life or nothing. Like you die, and then that's them. That's what they believe is they're sending you to heaven. Their blessings is killing you essentially. And yeah, they follow a god named Dranal. So
Do you know where they can be found?
I mean, fucking everywhere, I guess, but generally they stay to the western mountains, in their own territory, but they seem to be more or less here now.
Okay. Do you think they have the Spear of Left? Do you think this is why they're doing this?
Oh, maybe. I mean, see, Moril took it. If he gave it to them, that would give them a good reason to just now all of a sudden claim Kalmar. So yeah, maybe that makes more sense now.
I guess we know where it's at.
Yeah, I guess we should start making our way there.
Oh, and Kietza sits up and he just like grabs his head. He's like, "Oh, my head is pounding."
Yeah,
Shit.
you were asleep during the inn was on fire when I found you. You were sleeping in your bed. I carried you out.
Oh, fuck. Thank you. I mean, guess I'd be dead if you didn't do that, so.
You saved my life. I saved yours. I don't owe you a favor.
I guess we're even then. I really do appreciate that, Amai. Oh, there, someone give me a hand. And he reaches someone to give him a hand to help him up.
I'll help him out.
Okay. He kind of just dusts himself, rights his clothing, and kind of. He's very wobbly. Like he doesn't seem like he has a good sense of balance right now, but.
And then I'll introduce Ren and he already knows Bridget.
Yeah.
I'll introduce Ren and be like, they're traveling with us now.
Oh, okay. Fun. I mean, what makes people, band together more than tragedy? So, cool.
I mean, people band together for money too, but like,
I mean, okay, great. Thanks for that. I mean,
I'm
I
always
wasn't.
good at bringing the mood down.
I wasn't asking. I was just kind of trying to be lightening things. But okay, great. And he just kind of like walks to the cart, puts a hand
You're
on it,
welcome.
holds on a little bit, and you guys kind of like start making your way downtown to the other town.
Make him away,
Is
bro.
the other town the official name of it?
Of the sequel song? No, the official name of this town is called Stathmore. I can put it in live chat, or yeah, probably whatever live chat.
You already put it in there, so I figured out the name.
I did, but I'm gonna do it again. Oh, I did. What the heck? It misspelled it. Stathmore. Alright, yes, and that is that. So, as you guys begin your journey once, or I should say your second leg of the journey for this day, if there's nothing you guys particularly want to do, we'll just kind of skip along.
Skip a walk.
Yeah. So, you guys, most of the day is eventful. The next evening comes, same stuff, you know, carrot, cabbage stew. You get put out the fire early, you guys take your watches. This time you're in much more safe country, much more safe areas. Being so close to the mountains was really what was the danger. But you guys have kind of got a little bit of ways. And so you guys eventually find your sleep, or I should say do your night watches. Next morning comes and you find yourself arriving in Stathmore within probably like 5 hours, so like around noonish is when you get there. The town is definitely not a town, more like a collection of huts. They aren't even like on a grid or anything, like they're just kind of everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, so oh shoot, I forgot the name of the main Dragonborn knight that was here on your group, but he looks at you guys and is like, all right, we're gonna have to try and find the group. It shouldn't be too hard considering we're like 100 Dragonborn in a small town of like 5 huts. So, well, actually, it's more like 10 huts, but yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't be too difficult.
You kind of like all the huts are kind of dispersed around. They're not all clumped together. They're more like a bunch of farmhouses next, like within proximity to each other. So you're kind of going over hills and down like a road to find another house, and eventually you find a house or like a farmstead that just has like 20 carts outside of it. And it's like, that's probably where they are. So they kind of like lead the carts into that area. As you guys get there, you see a human woman, very motherly. Like, she has a big smile. She's definitely on the bigger side, but she's wearing like an apron, and she just walks up. She doesn't even know any of you, honestly, even the Dragonborn, and she just goes and gives Bridget a really big hug. Not even asking. She just does it.
Whoa.
And she's like, so glad you made it. The rest of your group is inside. They're discussing logistics. I'm making pie, so that'll be out soon.
Pie mom is best mom.
Okay, I can go for pie. The
Great.
rest of our group.
Can I quickly just insight her?
Sure.
See if she has really good intentions or some evil.
Okay, yeah.
plot.
This is an evil witch.
Really?
With my 21.
Seriously?
Yes.
Never thought the pie could be poison.
Obviously ulterior motives.
We are now in a private chat.
She's definitely evil, isn't she?
She's totally telling the truth and 100% not evil, but I wanted to make the guys suspicious, so I brought you in here.
I'll play it off like it's so evil.
Okay, cool, dude. Yeah, no, she's just a sweet old lady. Like she honestly is like on the brink of tears hearing about what happened. So, Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, you can go back now, I guess.
Alright.
Bailed. You like disappeared.
Hey, there were secrets that had to be known about her, and now I
Oh
know.
really? Are you gonna tell us?
No, you guys can eat the poison pie.
Either way, most of the Dragonborn who are actually in the Platinum Dragons just kind of like quickly set their horses to the side where there's like a trough of food and a place to tie them up, and they kind of like get their stuff ready, and they immediately rush in basically to this large homestead, farmstead here. And I mean, it's a pretty big complex. Like, I mean, it's not like super fancy or anything, but it's a big building, and there's lots of like side buildings around. But they walk inside. What do you guys do?
Follow. I heard pie.
Okay.
Hang out outside.
Okay.
Do I lose the exhaustion, by the way?
What was that?
Do I lose the exhaustion?
No, now that you guys have taken a long rest, your exhaustion is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would the Deegan, the Black Dragonborn, be here? Ask around, see if he's here.
Yeah. So you walk inside, you hear spirited discussion, essentially, coming from a room. There's like, most of them are in this large, like side building barn where they have a few tables put together, a few maps put together, and you see 12 Dragonborn sitting around this table with like the other like 70 or 60 of them on the sides, kind of just listening. But the 12 in the middle are like discussing very spiritedly about where they should go, should they retaliate, who they should support, who they should be worried about coming after them due to their now vulnerability, and whether or not they should run, essentially. Like, it's like every single person has a different opinion on the topic. Deegan is at the head of the table. Then you see, what was the guy's name? Kultik? Is that what his name? Kultix?
Yeah.
Kultix, yeah. He is on like his right side, and then the rest you don't recognize. You've never met them before. But he does seem pretty indisposed at the moment. It'd be kind of weird for you to like walk up and be like, "Yo, what's up, dog?" So
I'm just gonna join.
Yo, what's up, dog?
I'm just gonna join the 60.
What's up, dog?
Around and just listen.
okay, so you listen in. Cool. One of them kind of slams the table and yells, is like, "I'm not gonna sit around and let them treat us like this. We have to retaliate now, and now more than ever." And then like another guy stands up too and like gets in his face and is like, "Sit the fuck down." It's like, "We can't retaliate. We only have 60 of us or 70 of us. There's not enough of us. They have a whole fucking army."
Angry dragons.
Yeah, they're just like basically barking at each other. I mean, to like anyone who's not a Dragonborn, this would sound very aggressive and very in-your-face arguments. But if you're a Dragonborn, you would know more or less that this is like just like a good spirited talk.
This is that you just like
Yeah, I
the
am a
combination
dragonborn,
of.
and even I am so confused.
Is this like
I
a
don't-
combination of like the
What?
basically just sounding more aggressive?
You cut out there, but I think, yeah, basically it's a combination of their culture and their race, is like the way their voices and mouths enunciate and things like that. That it just sounds very aggressive to like the untrained ear who doesn't really know the culture. Yeah, and I mean these talks go on for a little while, and then they take a recess. They seem to be like not necessarily a stalemate, but they're not getting anywhere, so they take a recess, especially when the pie comes. So
I mean that's gonna stop anybody.
yeah.
What a position.
I say we just send Pie Mom to go fight.
She's actually like level 20 and she could take it.
Yeah, send her then.
What position does Deegan take in this?
He's more or less listens to what everyone says. He'll input some things, but more or less he's just listening to what everyone says. It seems like he's being very like thoughtful about it and listening first before he makes any decisions or says anything too hard, too directional. Yeah, too quick.
Okay. When they break off, if he's available, I'd like to try to go and speak to him.
Yeah, he's seems pretty available. No one seems to really be approaching him specifically, so he's a little bit on his own right now, eating a little bit of pie, thinking.
Hello again, Deegan.
Hello. What was your name again?
I never said it, but it's Draco Naval.
As you say that, he coughs a little bit. He's just like, sorry, that pie got down the wrong pipe.
Are you all right?
Yes. What are you doing? I guess not here, but what were you doing in Everhelm? Anything you were trying to accomplish?
I'd recently traveled here with some companions after we've been on a search for a certain artifact that was stolen from us.
Ah, I see. Do you know who stole it from you?
We do. Unfortunately, it was someone that was in our group.
Sorry to hear
We've
that.
just been kind of one step behind him, trying to catch him.
It is unfortunate.
Yeah. Might I speak to you in private, if you don't mind?
May I ask what it is about?
I suppose probably what you coughed about. Like to know what you know of my bloodline and maybe if you knew my father.
He looks at you, long moment, takes a deep breath. You should not use your last name so freely. That would catch a pretty keen eye on your head. Mostly, I'd suggest just either not sharing it or find a new one that you use as an alias. But I will talk to you after this meeting has concluded. For now, I cannot promise any privacy because that would look very suspicious to the other members of my guild.
Alright.
I'll speak with you later. Yes.
Alright. And I walk away.
Okay. If you were to look back, he'd be basically watching you the entire time. Every time you looked at him, he was watching you.
What was the expression on his face when he was watching?
Kind of like stoicism, like he was really trying, like it looked like he was in deep contemplation. Like obviously there's a lot going on, but this seems more like it wasn't the same look he had on his face during the talks. Like on the talks he was very concerned and was listening, but this is something deeper essentially.
Okay.
Like he seems distracted now. Mai, you are alone outside with the horses. Maybe not necessarily with the horses, but yeah, nearby the horses. When, sorry, I have a little bit of a frog in my throat, but you hear the horses kind of like spook for a second, and like they kind of like try to pull away, but they're tied down. They kind of whinny around. On the other side of the fence that they're tied to, there is like a little wooded area.
Mm-hmm.
That is all. Do you do anything?
Do I see anything?
No?
Feel anything?
I mean, your boots are a little wet, but other than that, no.
Did I see which direction the horses were trying to move?
Yeah, they were trying to move
Really?
away from the little wooded area. And the
I
shrubbery
guess I'll
that's...
call out who's there.
Hmm. There's no reply. There seems to be no more movement or anything to spook the horses.
Is anyone outside with me?
Nope, you're completely alone.
I guess I took both of my swords and I'll walk to the woods.
Okay. We're off on an adventure. Okay.
Yeah.
So you walk in to the woods very cautiously with both your swords on your sides and kind of like got them ready for anything that might happen. You walk in and you walk for maybe like 2 minutes before you see the other side of this like little wooded area. And as right as you're just like, okay, well, I didn't find anything, and you're about to turn around, you hear on your right side a voice. I'm glad you decided to come in here. As you turn, you see, you see, Vandelor. Now, why would you ruin your pretty little body with this mark? Hmm?
For you?
Yeah, it's obvious. But at the same time, it's not I asked. I did not ask for this.
I don't care.
Did it hurt?
No.
Well, now you're just lying. And you can tell that him talking to you now, he's definitely in a different mood or a different like mode. Like when he was talking to you earlier, when you were in that kind of like vision state, he was dead serious. But now he's more like kind of not playful, but definitely not serious.
Yeah, more cautious.
Yeah. Is there something you would like, Amai, as of right now?
You said you know about that night.
Of course.
What happened? Who was it?
Well, I can't reveal all my cards yet. Besides, if I told you who it was, there's no fun in it. Besides, I also don't think you may have, as much as you've done things for me, I still need that spear. But I do believe you will. But we'll see how things turn out. If you can get me that spear, I will deliver you not only a name, but I will deliver you the person you wish to gain vengeance upon.
Okay. Well, sorry. What else can I help you with? Right now.
It's a good question. Perhaps you must find more information on these people that have the spear. Not necessarily to gain the spear back, of course that'd be a plus, but I feel as though there's not enough in the open yet to know what is the true intent that they want to use the spear for. Because if they intend to use it for its intended purpose, that cannot be allowed. If they intend to use it as a political pawn, something to, hold over other nations, then that's more or less is okay. We can hold off on maybe getting the spear today. But if they plan to use it for its intended purpose, we must get it quickly.
Okay.
Perhaps try to use those around you to your advantage. But, for now, I guess, I'll be around and you can do your thing. I trust you with, to do your thing.
Thank you, Vandoler.
Yes, of course. You've definitely proven a great feat to me. So, goodbye for now. I've got other things to attend to. And he just walks into, behind a tree and just doesn't appear out the other side. He's just gone.
We'll walk back to the horses.
Nice. So you got back to the horses, and still no one's particularly in the area, and you begin to hear more talks happening inside this barn, and that's where I think we'll end tonight's session.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh wow! Give it a clap. Ooh.
Yeah, we are finally back. I loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty lit, to be honest. I didn't expect it to be that lit, but that was pretty lit.
Yeah,
That was
that
really
Wow.
good.
I'm the DM, and I didn't even expect it to be that lit. Wow.
Yeah.
That's only because I have a lot of anxiety, and I think it's gonna go really bad.
I don't know why.
You're telling me. I don't know why either. Yeah, it's true. I just have
Isn't that the whole
stage
point of
stage
playing is
nerves.
to have fun?
True, exactly. Hence the reason why I try to pretend the stream isn't even there, because that's just going to add more nervousness to myself. But for all those who are watching, I do appreciate you being there. We'll play again next Sunday, probably starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time instead of 4:30. Yeah, it's been great. So yeah.
Lots of fun.
We're
All
back.
right.